Scene wise, exactly like Charlie did before we started. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Encounter Roleplay. Welcome to our monthly Meatgrinder. It is February. It is the month of love. And today we are raising funds for Black Girls Code, which is an amazing charity which helps get young women of color into STEM and coding and all that good stuff in areas where they're really not represented much at all. So we want to help them get in there and change the world, basically. So before we get started, I would just like to go over the donations today, how you can help our wonderful adventurers, how you can help them survive, and how you can affect our game today. I am trying to find my list that I wrote for Charlie. But for £3, you get a kiss from a rose. You can give an advantage or disadvantage to any player of your choice. For £5, you can give them fever, which means that, a player of your choice gets inspiration, which will be a D10 because I'm a benevolent god. For £10, we have bleeding love, where the next damage done to a certain player who you give this to is doubled. And at £15, we have the power of love, where you give everybody advantage or disadvantage. And the biggie, for £100, the Dark Mistress herself descends and interferes with our players. I will actually, for this one, be using the stat block that D&D gave to me for my personal stats. Maybe a little bit beefed up, though, because, as we all know, I am the Dark Mistress of D&D. So, I have a wonderful bunch of people right here in front of me, and I'm going to not waste any more of anyone's time, and we're going to get straight into it. But I just forgot one other thing. If you do enjoy what you're seeing today, please do hit that retweet button, get that word out there so people can come along and they can donate. And if you do enjoy, if anything really funny happens, or dramatic, or tense, or just the peak bullshit that you've come to expect from me, from Encounter Roleplay, hit that clip button and share it, because we love them. So, it is that time of year, my friends. It is February. It is the month of love, as I have previously said. And you have all won your place on the universe's #1 dating show, Deadly Date. Now, this is a highly, highly competitive position for you to have gained. This is not something that any old scrub gets. This is your chance to get a date, platonic or otherwise, with the Dark Mistress herself. But
excuse me, Dark Mistress, excuse me.
Yes?
Cobalt number 6 is very, very sorry to interrupt, but has important news for contestants today.
Oh.
Stefan has decided that behind curtain number 1 is disadvantage for everyone. But also, Stefan has decided that behind curtain number 2, there is advantage. May the Chaos Chorus reign supreme.
So thank you so much, Stefan, for that donation already. That is an advantage and a disadvantage to everyone. So just as a general reminder, you need to declare your advantage before you roll, and I will tell you if you're rolling at disadvantage. So, as previously stated, you have won your place on Deadly Date. It has been a few weeks of anticipation leading up to it, but today is the day. You've been taken through dressing rooms. You've had 12 hairdressers primp and prime your hair. It is higher than it has ever been in its life. There is so much product on there that you're pretty sure you are responsible for that hole in the ozone layer yourself. But nonetheless, you are brought out into the studio, and you see the studio audience live watching you, all blank faces in anticipation for what is to happen tonight. And up ahead on the stage is the host of the night, the world's most famous beholder, Mr. Barry Holder, as he's there in his sequined tuxedo, and he has little quiffs on every single one of his eye stalks. Some of them have sunglasses because they're too cool for school, but the others all turn to look at you as you arrive. The cameras blink, the light goes red for on air, and somewhere a beleaguered producer goes, 1, 2, 3, Barry, you're live! And Barry Holder says, good evening, friends and fiends, and welcome to Deadly Date. I am your host, Barry Holder, and with me today we have a bunch of contestants. Some thrilling, some exciting, all of them doomed to die. Or are they? Don't forget, folks, you're playing for the chance for a date with the Dark Mistress herself. And you see the camera pans to a balcony high above. There's a tower with big ornate velvet Dracula-ass curtains, and there, seated on a throne, is a woman who looks very hot and vampiric and deadly and scary, and she's holding a glass of wine and sneering down at you all. A small smile cracks at the side of her mouth as she thinks that this is definitely Susie's self-insert, and the camera once again pans down to all of you down here on the stage, and he says, all right, contestant number 1, please introduce yourself. And Noir, if you would like to introduce yourself.
So a pretty meager-looking half-elf walks up to the microphone. He's got like long white hair, leather armor, no weapons about him. He just kind of goes to the mic and he goes, hello, my name is Melvin Mackley. Yesterday, something whispered to me and told me that I was the chosen one. I don't exactly know what I do, but it is a pleasure to be here. And I'm going to steal your heart if that's one of the things I can do. He gives a thumbs up.
Barry takes the microphone from you and goes, that's assuming she has a heart. But moving on to contestant number 2. And Mecca, if you would like to introduce yourself, please.
A small little halfling walks through the curtains, I suppose. He has curly ginger hair, freckles, and kind of rosy cheeks. And he's wearing like leather armor, but he's also got like a rainbow bow tie on. And he has a quarterstaff and a crossbow on his back. He waltzes up to the microphone and is like, well, howdy there. My name is Chocolate Pocklet. It's nice to meet you. I make chocolate and I make candy, sweets, confectionaries, but, do my little things on the side. It's nice to meet you.
And Barry takes the microphone and goes, he's sticky sweet. Maybe that's enough to win the Dark Mistress's heart. We'll find out. And contestant number 3, Spence, if you could introduce yourself.
Oh, yeah. Walking up to the microphone is a rather skinny-looking tiefling. Has thin horns that kind of rise up a few inches and kind of like this dark purple skin. You see that he has almost too nerdy of a style looking glasses on. And another significant thing, you see like this small, looks like a small crossbow with like mechanical spider legs sitting on his shoulder. And they just kind of walk up to the mic and they're just like, hi, my name's Rusty. Hi, not really sure why I'm here, but maybe I can make something for you. And points up to the Dark Mistress. Thank you. And he kind of just quickly walks away from the mic.
And Barry goes, well, I don't really have a pun for that one, so moving on to contestant number 4. Lydia, if you can introduce yourself, please.
Well, you see another tiefling walking up to the microphone, but not exactly as shy and unsure what she's doing here as many of the other contestants. She's her skin is bright white, she has black long hair, and she takes the microphone like she was born to do it and goes, well, hello everyone, and hello Dark Mistress. Wouldn't be my first vampire, but certainly, hopefully, my last. And winks and walks back.
And so I just want to shout out, let's have a look. 5 rounds more has given advantage to Noir and Half-Ass Hermit. So Noir and Lydia, you have an extra advantage. And a huge shout out to Architect Origins, who has just broken Charlie's gold meter with a huge donation. But let us head on to our next contestant as Barry takes the microphone and goes, "Whoo! Things are heating up in here." Contestant number 5, welcome. And Pope, if you could just introduce yourself.
Pushed out from behind the curtains by 2 very burly ogres comes this meek-looking human with the oversized adventurer's pack, carrying far too many weapons, just completely wide-eyed. Comes up to the mic. Howdy, I'm Douglas Doyle. I'm a professional hireling. My previous party got lost in the Tomb of Horrors, and now I'm here. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, I'm mighty happy to be here.
Well,
Those
thank
waves.
you, and hopefully you won't get lost on your way to finding the Dark Mistress, am I right? And he elbows as if he's made a hilarious joke, and there's a sign that goes up to the audience that's like laugh and applause, and they all take a second of like, huh? Before they go, ah! Well, my friends, we have an exciting, thrilling set of challenges for you tonight. We have a wonderful carpet crew of victims, potential contestants. Let's get things on the road. And so you all are led to a bunch of stools on the stage, and you're all urged to take a seat. And this big satin curtain comes across, and it's gaudy. It's got Deadly Date on it in a really bad 90s TV logo, and you hear the 90s TV sort of jingle hit that sounds similar to but is legally distinguishable from Blind Date with Cilla Black, and it plays out, and you feel your chairs begin to sink through the stage, and as it does, you are in darkness. And you're sitting there for a couple of moments, and you hear the producer, very beleaguered sounding through their little headpiece. It's like 3, 2, 1, and then the spotlights turn on above you, and you find yourselves in a square room with no visible door. And you hear the voiceover of Barry Holder going, "And first up, room number 1. Some like it hot." Now, I'm not going to give our contestants too much of a hand here. This is all on them, so let's see what they do. And what would you like to do?
I would like to snap my fingers and immediately cast Mage Armor.
Okay.
Seeing her do that, I would also like to snap my fingers and cast Mage Armor, but I can't do that, so nothing happens. All right, that's not one of the things I can do. Check that off the mark.
Are you all right there, Melvin?
I really don't know. Everything it's coming at me real fast.
Is this room lit?
There's nobody here intentionally. My God.
I'm most certainly not. And he kind of pulls this, Rusty pulls out this small, basically it looks like a wooden stick that has sigils carved into it. Well, should we just walk forward, or I don't know.
Well, I'm not too sure what we need to do, but I assume there's some sort of trick in this room.
They're not actually going to hurt us. We didn't sign any sort of paperwork or anything like that, right?
Did you hear the name of the show?
Did you see the host?
Well, they have shows called all sorts of things. There's a show called Fear Factor. Nothing there. It's actually scary.
In my professional hireling opinion, most definitely, there's probably something involving fire. And the room, if I'm correct, is mostly square, and there's nothing in here. So
wouldn't you agree if
either...
it were quite handy if we had something fireproof?
I mean, I can resist fire, but wait.
No,
And he
dear.
kinda
fire.
looks
You're a
at the-
volunteer, and I try and shove him.
I slowly push him forwards.
Okay. So as you push, if you push him forwards, you hear what sounds to be a countdown begin. A clock starts ticking, and you hear Barry Holder go 10, 9.
Can
I
I
think
quickly look
that's
if there's
have
any
to go through
slots
that
in the
door.
walls, maybe little traps
You
anywhere
said-
around the room.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll me a perception check.
1 second, just okay. Right. And
10. Okay. So as you look around, you do not detect anything. You're looking for crevices. You're looking for like tripwires. You're looking for anything that might trigger anything. You
I'm
don't
too short
detect
to see
anything.
anything good.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the problem,
You
right?
did say there's a door, right? You said that.
No, there's no visible door.
Oh, no, Miss.
Wait, so you said the room was square?
It's a square room. You have just basically appeared in it as if you've been dropped from the ceiling. There's no door,
Right.
there's no windows, it's just flat walls and a floor.
Is there a ceiling?
And it was
Is
called
there a gap?
Some Like It Hot.
Uh-huh.
I
The
don't like
ceiling
it
is
hot.
about average height, like 10, 15
Okay,
feet.
so completely enclosed box.
Mm-hmm.
Well-
Is there like trapdoors from where we came from?
No, you can't see anything. You look up and you don't see anything. It looks like normal, like square paneling and a roof. You think maybe you came down from one of those.
Andrasa
I
will
kind
look
of
onto
looked.
her.
Oh, sorry. I'll let you go ahead.
Thanks. Andrasa will look onto her shoulder and be a dear, check that out, and point upstairs. And you don't see anything appear, but what I'm doing is send Calcifer up.
I think
and
you
she
might have
check
felt a
out.
bit cuckoo from the dark.
Yeah.
And you hear Calcifer go, "Sure thing, boss!" And you hear his little wings as he looks up. I would like you to roll me a perception for Calcifer.
That is 12.
12.
Ignore the
okay.
plus 6.
Okay. As Calcifer flies up, he goes, I don't see shit on the ceiling, but there's a weird ring of something on the floor.
Step it. Is it like a ring on the finger or a ring, a circle?
No, as in like a circle. Yeah.
It's like a circle or something. Looks like maybe runes? I don't know.
Could you step into it for me, dear?
Me?
And then he just flaps down into it, and he stands there in the middle and goes,
Well, I'm not dead.
Fair enough.
Well,
By the way, you can all hear the voice out of nothing. He is invisible, but you all heard that communication.
I think I might be going kooky now.
Calcifer,
I'm
just
gonna,
show yourself
Oh.
then.
I'm,
There's a
I'm gonna
cat-like
walk to where
looking
it is.
well,
Sorry.
this room is square. If I'm gonna make a really terrible joke right now, you know how they say the corner of a room is always 90 degrees? Maybe that's the hottest spot in the room, so we go there.
Are you
Or
sure
we
we
could
want
check
to go
out
to
the
the
rune
hottest
circle
spot
in
or
the
the
middle of
coldest
it.
spot?
I'm going where the cat did. Oh, I'm going where the cat didn't die.
Me too.
I'll
So you
still
walk
stand
into
still.
the middle. Okay, where are the rest of you? So, we've got Noir has walked into the circle, as has Lydia. What about the rest of you?
I'm gonna follow suit.
Okay.
Majority rules, and I'll walk into the circle.
Okay. Oh,
Once everyone's grouped up, the hireling instincts just kick in, and he just steps and is like in the circle, but behind the rest of them.
okay. All right, and the ticking sound grows louder and louder, and it's very similar to the countdown clock, but yet again, legally dissimilar, so they don't get sued. And you hear Barry Holder go 5, 4, 3. Any last minute decisions to make? 2.
Prepare a spell. Don't know which spell. Just holding my hand up in fear.
1 last chance. Y'all staying where you are?
Yep.
I mean, I
Yeah.
guess.
If I can
And-
fly, I would.
And as he does so, he goes, fire! And everywhere around you, outside of the circle that you are stood in, lights up in a red-hot pink flame. And you are unharmed, but you feel that warmth hit your skin as
Maybe I'll-
the flames rage around you.
Oh. So I was wrong.
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
Yeah.
technically you're right. You said all the corners of the room are the hottest places, but then you wanted to stand in the hottest places, which didn't make sense to me.
I mean, fair point.
Are the runes in any way legible?
You, as a magic user, would be able to determine that these are a magical rune. You can roll an Arcana check if you'd like.
That's a probably no. That
3.
is an 8 in total.
It's magic. Shrug.
Any door appeared from here on out, or
So as you're kind of stood there and the flame is raging around you, begins to subside, and you hear Barry Holder once again go, well, looks like we got a smart bunch this time. Not so much for the last lot that went in here, but these 5 advance to the next round. And in front of you, the wall sort of drops down into a door.
Oh.
Oh my god, that fire was real. They're actually going to kill us.
Strong people
Again.
first.
Again, you saw the name of the show. It's probably not going to be nice.
I mean, do you believe you believe every show title that you see?
I'm sure it was harmless fire. Why don't you go first?
We felt the heat.
Yeah, it might be you, mate.
Calcifer, open the door for us, will you?
Okay. And Calcifer goes, and the door opens, and you can see ahead there's another very similar room. This looks like a strange sort of horrific movie studio that has been made to kill you. As you see this next sort of set, and you can see it like behind you, you hear them now, the live studio audience that are politely applauding and cheering, and some of them have got signs with your names on them. And the way in front of you now is clear. The fires are gone.
Walk onwards. Calcifer back on the shoulder.
I'll walk
Speechless.
behind.
I'll just be
I'll-
kind of in the middle, just sort of looking around.
I'm following Calcifer. The cat seems to know what's up.
So Calcifer sat on her shoulder, says, you know, if I die, I'm just gonna go back to my plane. If you guys die, this fucking game over for you. Right?
Thanks for that, Alpheus.
You win some, you
Right.
lose some, right?
Like you're
Anybody
just
want a
fucking
chocolate?
toast.
Maybe eventually you'll be the Dark Mistress's chosen one, dear.
Well, you know, I've got dreams.
And you head into the next room, and you can see now that there is what appears to be a wall ahead of you in this room, halfway down the room. And there are 3 doors. One is a very fancy, ornate door, like with gold filigree all over it, and like beautifully painted wood, and a very fancy knocker. The second one is a very plain, standard oak door with an iron band across the middle. And the third one is what appears to be like a battered iron door. Sorry, now there are 4 doors. I can't read. One is like a rusty iron door, and the fourth is a looks like a really just shoddy, shitty MDF door. That's seen some
What was the
water
second one?
damage. The second one is a plain-looking, standard sort of oak door with an iron band across the middle, like ye olde adventure door.
Well, this doesn't look suspicious at all.
And once again, Barry Holder says, Round 2 is knock knock. Let's see who's knocking on each doors.
Oh God.
Well, I think saying we shouldn't knock on any doors and just try and see if they're locked or not. So, yeah.
Try and open them then.
I'm gonna go walk
That
up to
would
the.
I step out of the way, far, far away.
Yeah, I am not.
I'm gonna. I'm gonna like grab. Is there any like pebbles or stones on the ground or anything? Like anything I can pick up, like something light in my hand?
No, it is like a flat studio floor. It's almost like it's purpose designed to make you touch the things rather than have an object that you could throw at the things.
I'm gonna go into my bag and pull out a book and
Uh-huh.
throw it in the middle of the room and see what happens.
Into the middle of the room? Okay.
Yeah.
So you throw your book onto the floor, and Barry Holder says, "An interesting strategy. Let's see how it pays off." And the crowd falls silent as they anticipate something. But nothing happens.
Well, the path ahead is clear. That's all I'm saying. Unless it's like living beings that need to step into some, semantics, right?
Whatever helps you sleep at night.
Sure.
All right. Oh, go ahead.
Logic dictates that the cleanest door is probably the most dangerous, but we don't know anything about this place. So I feel like we should maybe just listen at each of the doors, see if there's something scary sounding behind them before we open them.
I feel like the metal door might be a bit hard to listen through. Just saying.
I mean, it's worth a try.
And as all this discussion's going on, Douglas just brings this out.
Uh-huh.
It's just simply loading crossbow bolts.
What are you doing?
You know, let
Not
the man
mine.
do what he wants, right?
I'm gonna let him.
When I've been a hireling professionally long enough, this is the part where I load a crossbow bolt.
Obviously,
Fair
at a
enough.
specific time.
Are you going to shoot at one of the doors?
No, I'm certain one of you will trigger something, and then the door will open, and I'll shoot what comes out.
Well, clearly your cat can't open a door or knock on a door, so that's out. Can someone summon something that can knock on a door?
He could, and I walk up to the golden door. This might just be finding out whether you guys are very, very rude or polite enough to know that you knock first before you're allowed to enter someone's home. And I knock on the golden door.
Okay, so as you knock on the door, Larissa. No, that's not your name. Andressa.
Nope.
That's a different tiefling. You bring up your fist and you knock. And as you try and pull your hand away, you find yourself adhered to it as the door morphs and shifts into a mimic.
This is why I'm not going to get them.
I reaction Misty step out of this.
You are adhered to the door. You're stuck to
Can
it.
I? Yeah, I know, but Misty step isn't that a teleport? Turn into mist, go away.
Okay, let's because usually with a mimic, once you're stuck to it, unless you make a grapple check, you can't get out of it. So
It says
using
silver mist, you teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space.
But you probably
Your
take
call.
the mimic with you.
is the thing, like, you're stuck to it. Like you can teleport, but you are physically stuck to it. So I would say I will let you roll a grapple check now to try and get out.
All right.
But if you fail it, then you're stuck to it.
Oh, that is strength or dex based, right?
Yeah.
That is 19.
Okay, you do manage to successfully extricate yourself with the Misty Step.
All right. But I'm using
Okay.
up the spell slot, so
Yeah. And the door sort of gnashes after you as you just disappear. Its teeth just slam shut in the space where you were just a second beforehand. So I would like everybody to roll me some initiative.
Oh God. Oh, of course.
Shoot, that's my pen.
Ooh, that's...
Dark Mistress, the audience have decided they would like to contribute to the drama of your scene.
Oh no.
One quite unremarkable fellow, in fact, wishes to be involved and has donated £3, which will be an advantage or disadvantage, but they have not spoken the name of whom it goes to, so I say the Dark Mistress decides.
Okay, I am going to roll a d6. 1 is me, 6 is Pope, and whoever it lands on gets it.
Or
It's a
does
1!
Calcifer get?
I get it.
Come on!
Give it to
Rigged.
Calcifer.
Now, Dark Mistress, will it be a chocolate or a caltrop?
A chocolate.
Okay, an advantage for the
You're not
Dark
steal from me.
Mistress.
Okay, so...
Thievery.
Rigged. But thank you so much for that donation. Okay, so do we have any initiatives between 25 and 20? Nope.
Off to a
Okay,
great start.
between 20 and 15.
A
17.
19.
Okay, so that's a 19 for Andrasa. And a... Was that 17 for you?
17. That was in fact a 17.
For Melvin. Okay, between 15 and 10?
11.
11 for Douglas. Okay. And Mecca, what did you get?
7.
7. And what did you get, Spence?
3.
Okay, Mecca is chocolate. And Spence is Rusty. Rusty. Okay, and then... What did I get? Okay. Okay, so at the top of the round, we have Andrasa.
I am going to cast everyone's favorite cantrip, Eldritch Blast.
Yes!
Twice at the mimic door. Oh,
Okie dokie.
that was. I'm gonna do a re-roll because I kind of half dropped that, so I'm using one of my advantages. What was that?
Okay.
Why are there 2 dice now? All right, cool. Sorry, Fantasy Grounds just rolled a 14 and an 8. I have the 14 on screen, but it says I rolled an 8
Oh, okay.
for some reason.
Okay, the 14 will hit.
And again, it rolls 2 dice for me, even though I didn't click anything, and I'm not sure why.
Have you hit the advantage thing?
Where is that?
It's
I must have
under...
read the disadvantage thing because
It's cool. It's just, what was highest number
It's-
then?
one was 18 and the next one was a 13. So plus my stuff. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
I might go
those
back
both
to
hit.
regular dice. So, yeah.
Roll your damage for that.
That is an 8, 11 plus 17 damage all in all.
17 in total. Okay, so, yep, you let forth some blasts of eldritch energy that hit the door, and you hear it go, and its tongue slashes around as you blast it with the energy. Next up, we have Melvin.
Melvin's gonna like freak out for a little bit, and he goes, "Okay, whatever you did, it seemed to work, so I'm gonna give it a try." And I will also cast Eldritch Blast. All right, that's two blasts there. So that's a 15 plus 7, so 22.
22 does it.
And then a 14 plus 7, 21.
21. That does it too. Roll that damage.
Alrighty. So that is 5 plus his charisma bonus, so that's 9, and then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 9 and then 11, 20.
20. Dang.
Yes. And then they both get then they get pushed back. They get pushed back 10 feet for each hit, so 20 feet.
All right, so you like do a little panic and blast it with eldritch energy, and usually when you do this, things get knocked back, but this thing is literally stuck in a door frame, and it just kind of goes, and its tongue lashes out at you again. But you have hit it, and you can see now where these eldritch blasts have pierced it, and it's not looking super happy. Next up is Douglas.
All right. So everything is going according to the hireling handbook. Make sure about the modifier before I roll. Yeah, no, that is right. First time playing a ranged character, folks. Those mods just don't seem fair. So 22 to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit. That'll do it. And what is that damage?
That's 8.
8 damage. All right, nice. So with a resigned sigh, this is exactly how it's gonna go. This is how it always goes. This is experience. The handbook has taught you that this is always how it goes. You let loose a bolt, and that goes into the mimic's face, and its eye sort of like turns and looks at you, bares its teeth. All right, Chocolate, you are up.
I'm going to look at this mimic and be like, oh my god, what am I even doing here? And I'm just going to cast Firebolt. Why not?
All right, firebolt that thing.
Alright, I have to... I don't remember, I haven't played a wizard in a long time. Do I have to roll to hit, or do I have to...
Yes, I believe firebolt is a ranged spell attack.
It is. So yeah, I shall roll to hit.
Proficiency in your intelligence modifier, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Sorry. Intelligence. Oh, okay. $13.
13 will hit, so roll me that damage.
Okay.
It's almost like a door has a low dex score or something.
It's a freaking door. It's not moving.
8 damage.
All right, so with that, you launch this bolt of fire at the door, and it hisses, and you can smell horrible burning flesh in the air mixed with mucus, maybe?
This would not make a good candy. I'm just saying it, okay?
No, it would be
a big no-no.
A very bad candy. Okay, so next up is the mimic's turn, and its tongue lashes out from its face, and it laps. It sort of almost looks around as if it's a little like periscope, seeing who it's gonna hit, and it's gonna go for. I'm gonna roll this because die 1d5. 4, which is Andrasa with a 4, and it's going to roll to hit you, Lydia. I'm going to use one of my advantages because it's a Meatgrinder, and this is a point to kill you.
You just say a Meatgrinder?
A Lydia grinder.
Because I say so.
And that is a 17 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay, and that is going to do... that's going to do 13 points of damage as this tongue slips out, like not slips out. You get tongued by a door, basically, as this thing just slaps you across the face. This horrible. Bleh. And because this is a Meatgrinder and I'm evil, yes, go ahead, Lydia.
I will use a reaction because it was my turn in between, so I have it back. And as I'm dripping full of slimy, possibly sticky mucus, no, don't go where your minds are going, I will burn it away from my skin, and the fire shoots out towards the door mimic with the Hellish Rebuke.
With Hellish Rebuke, is that a dex save? Or is that just, I can't remember how Hellish Rebuke works.
I never know if
Dex
Dex or
save.
Con, but it is Dex. Yeah.
Dex save. Okay. Well, it's a door. Doors are not known for dexterity. 17.
That, well, is a surprisingly dexterous door, but it still takes half.
Okay.
And that is... Ah. Why does that come up? I am going to roll manual dice because I have to switch between so many windows. It just takes ages. I'm sorry. I only have one monitor. Okay. That is an 11, half
11,
to 5.
so half to 5. And so as you get licked by this door, you hear Barry Holder go, I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going. But then as you blast the door with fire, he goes, well, that's a new one. And the door shrieks as it takes some damage. But unperturbed by the fire, it is going to lash out against someone else, and it's going to go for Chocolate, as it sort of does like a 1-2 slap with its tongue, because I may have beefed up this thing a little bit. And that is going to be a 23 to hit Chocolate.
What it hits?
Dark Mistress, is it just me or are things getting a little hot in here? I feel a fever coming all over me. As Hellsbell 70, the one and the only, donates fever for a player. But that is not all, Dark Mistress. For that quite unremarkable fellow crossed the stage and whispered in my ear and said, the Dark Lady awaits. Massive thank you to Hellsbells and quite unremarkable fellow. We have a fever to give to a player. The Dark Mistress will arrive at some point, and Bleeding Love is about to happen. So for anyone who needs a reminder, fever is going to be an inspiration for a player. Bleeding Love is the next damage taken by a player is doubled, and then let's get it on as the Dark Mistress arrives. And Susie, you can kick in the Dark Mistress whenever you're ready.
Absolutely.
No rush.
Okay. So what we'll do is, do we have targets for that inspiration and the fever?
No.
Sorry, the fever and the
not.
thing.
It was not
Okay.
specified.
So we will give the fever. I'll do roll 1d5, and 1 is you, Noir. 5 is Pope. 1, Noir, you get inspiration.
Woo!
And the other one was my brain has gone blank. It was
Fever. Oh, Bleeding Love.
Bleeding Love, Bane. Okay, so 1d5, same thing. Noir is 1, Pope is 5. 3. So Spence, unfortunately, the next damage against Rusty is doubled. Thankfully, the Mimic's turn is almost done. I just need to roll that damage against Chocolate. That is going to be 11 points of damage as you too, Chocolate, get slapped by this tongue as it just... There's a very wet connection as it just across your face. Look, I'm going to make this as gross as I can. Okay, next up we have Rusty.
Yeah. So this door, is it looking hurt or just pissed off, essentially?
It's looking both. It's hurt pissed.
Okay,
it's
cool.
Like hurt comfort
It's
in
pert.
fanfic, but way worse.
Okay, got it. Rusty is going to raise up their stick, and you watch as a small bead of energy starts to gather around the tip of it, and he's going to cast Firebolt against the door. Let's see, so that's...
So you're saying that he gets a tingle in his tip?
Sure, yeah.
I'm sorry.
So that's going to be a total of 23 to hit.
23. Okay, that will do it.
All right, so that is 2d10 of fire damage. That's 11 points of fire damage, but also, because of my arcane firearm, whenever I cast an artificer spell through it, I can add a d8 to a damage roll. So that's an
Dang.
extra 3 points of damage.
Okay.
So 14 fire damage.
Nice. Okay. So
Is it dead yet?
no, it still lives, but it looks pretty rough. If a door could do that anime sort of blood down its face panting, you know where they do that
Yeah.
dealy? That's where it's at right now. So next up is Andrasa back at the top of the round.
I actually have something I can do with my bonus action.
Sorry, go ahead, Spen.
You watch as the little like ballista on his shoulder starts to like spin, but then locks towards the mimic, and it will fire. So that's out of ranged attack. Yeah. So
Okay.
let's see. No, never mind. That's a natural one.
Ooh, that's a natural one. And the little turret comes up and it spins up and it does the target acquired sound, and then it just goes, and you hear Barry Holder go, "Don't worry, it happens to everyone at some point in their lives."
And he kind of just looks around aimlessly towards wherever that voice might have come from, and just kind of like, all right. And then he just kind of stands.
Okay, and that will take us back to the top of the round with Lydia.
That's what you get for trying not to be rude. And another 2 Eldritch Blasts will
All right.
shoot out. That is.
Go on, Warlock, say the words.
Yeah, I know.
Oh no, it's a meme.
Both of
Yeah,
them hit
kick
the
your
lowest. The lowest one is an 18.
They both hit.
Oh, let's see. 9, 12, 6. That is an 18 damage.
18 damage. Hot dang. Okay. This thing is looking pretty dang rough. Is there anything you can do in a bonus, or is that you?
Can I use my bonus action to have Calcifer attack and see if he can kill Steel?
Sure.
Normally he
'cause it's
rolls
very-
its own
it's funny.
initiative, but
Yeah. Let's do it.
I kind of didn't do that. Natural 20. I shit you not, it's right there.
Okay. So roll that damage.
Oh god, it's a D4,
So
so it's not.
For damage, what we do is rules as written. You just double the amount of damage dice you would use. So if it's a D4, it's 2D4.
It's a 4 and a 3, 7 plus. I should have put that up earlier. Sting is 8 plus 3, so that is 10 piercing damage.
Okay. So Calcifer flops down off your shoulder. He rolls up little invisible sleeves. He goes, "Watch this." And he goes, "Kalima!" and shoves a fist into the mimic and pulls out the mimic's heart. He takes a bite out of it, stomps it on the ground, and goes, "Ah!" And the mimic is dead.
Oh my god!
I mean, can't even be mad. That was adorable.
I swear he's never done that before. Are you
We should let him
alright?
go first.
And you look at Calcifer now, he's covered in mimic blood and mucus, and he's just flexing. His tiny little arms are just like... And then he blows a kiss to the Dark Mistress. He goes, "That one was for you, girl."
That's what's gonna be what brings her down.
He does that sometimes, but the heart... We talked about your kill
See-
stealing, dear.
This mighty Calcifer
So
just pulls out a handkerchief, folds it nicely, and just kneels down to offer the hanky to the mighty Calcifer.
He takes it and just dabs himself all nonchalantly. Just... But go ahead. So, in the place of this door, its body is just there, and you can see that there was never actually even a real doorway there. It was just reset set into the wall was a shape for this mimic to hold. So there are 3 more doors.
Who reckons the rest of these doors are also mimic? Should I cast Fireball at any of them?
Hold on. And you watch as Rusty starts to like wave their hand a bit, and you see as like a ghostly hand starts to like kind of drift off with some mechanical parts linked around it, and he's going to cast Mage Hand and go to the door that's like to the whatever would be to the right of the golden door and just kind of knock on it.
Okay, so the door to the right of the golden door was the plain door, and you see this hand. You see it, Rusty. It sort of just goes to knock, and it passes through, and connects with something behind.
That's weird. Should we try the other doors?
Sure.
That's totally up to you.
I'm going to step behind Rusty. Yeah, I'm going to step behind Rusty.
Though I would suggest, for making this a little bit easier for me to use, that one of you actually goes up close. It's better when they're distracted.
Not it.
What? The hand that connected
Not
was
me.
connecting to like almost a normal door. Like, could we hear a knock or something?
No, it sounded like it wasn't like a hollow connection, like a door. It was just like a thud, as if it hit a wall.
Mm-hmm.
I reckon
Okay.
these are all fake doors. I'm just saying.
Let's try the other ones, and he'll just command the Mage Hand to go knock on the other doors.
Okay.
Can you please direct the handy friend to that weird door on the far right? The one that looks rather shoddy, and use that one as opposed to all the other fancy doors.
The one that looks like you, sure. And he'll go ahead and knock on that shoddy-looking door.
And you hear just the
That
sound of a
costs
normal
extra.
knocking on the door.
It's like
So
a
you can
solid
hear-
knock.
Yeah, it sounds like a normal knock.
Well, that one.
All right, now open it up.
I'm going to have the Mage Hand attempt to open the door.
Okay.
Is it strong enough?
We'll
Um,
see.
I would like to take a few steps back.
I'm also doing that.
So is everybody taking a step back from the door?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to stay within the range of the Mage Hand so I can keep moving it, but I'm moving back as far as I can.
Okay. So you use the mage hand and it opens the door, and it seems to be a passage through to the next room.
Seems to be.
Oh.
I'm going
All
to
right,
go pick
go
it
on
up
ahead.
in the middle of the room. That I tossed earlier. I'm just going to go pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna
Okay,
walk
I'll
through
come
that
back.
entrance.
You're going to walk through?
Yeah.
Okay. I would like you to make me a dexterity saving throw, please, Noir.
Let's do it, and I'm gonna use one of my advantages or my
Okay.
inspiration thing. Oh, that didn't help. I rolled a 1 and a 7, so that's gonna be a total of 10.
So as you walk through, you just feel the floor beneath you give way, and you have
Surely
that
nothing
second.
bad will happen.
You have that second Looney Tunes look where you're like, uh-oh, and you look down and you see spikes below you, and you are going to take...
As well as falling damage. How full forest is drop?
Do I have any
You take
reactions?
11 points of piercing damage as you land on these sharpened spikes below you.
I'm going to walk up to the hole and be like, "You alright down there?"
Oh, a bit better. It's not exactly awesome right now. Does anyone have a rope?
I'm going to toss
actually-
the rope. I don't know what to tie it to, so I'm not the strongest either. So somebody strong hold this.
I've been stabbed in places I didn't know I had. They got me in the gooch.
I'm going to try and tie the rope to the mimic's body.
Okay.
Without touching the mimic, because I don't want to. I don't know if it's dead or like.
It's easy enough for Melvin to climb out of this pit. But you can see Melvin from in this pit. The way through to the next room is just beyond where you are. The rope will take you back into the room with the doors. This pit, the other way, will take you into the next room.
All
Is
of
the
them
pit
trapdoors
jumpable?
that just fall.
It appears to be jumpable. If you had a running jump and with a successful dex save, you could jump it.
If there was somebody on the other side of the hole,
Dex
would
save
they be able
or
to just like pick
acrobatics?
people up and move them?
Sorry,
along
it would
to-
be acrobatics check. Sorry.
Thank you.
So as I'm climbing up the rope, do I have the option to go the other way?
The rope is on the other side of the pit to where you need to be,
Oh,
so you'd have to climb out the other side.
Yeah, then I'm gonna do that.
Okay. Roll me, just for shits and giggles, an athletics check. And I'm going to impose your disadvantage.
Oh, I hate you. Okay, so that one was better. I rolled a 14 and an 18. So the 14 with my +3 is 17.
Okay, so with the 17, you do manage to climb out of the pit absolutely fine, and you don't fall back in and stab yourself again. Okay, so you climb out the other side.
Yes. All right, so I have to make a little hop to get to where we gotta go, right?
No, you're fine. Now you go up
Okay,
in
cool.
that next room. It's everybody else that needs to make it to you.
Well,
I'm going
in
to
this
do-
case, I'm going to cast jump on myself to
Uh-huh.
triple my jump distance.
I don't think a
Okay.
roll is even needed.
And so I'm just going to go ahead and try and jump to the other side here.
Okay, so this is still going to be an acrobatics check. You are going to clear the distance. It's just whether or not you like fuck it up at the edge.
Okay.
I'm fishing for a nat
sure.
one here. Is basically what I'm after.
Gotcha. Okay. Acrobatics isn't great, but let's see what happens. That'll be an 11 with acrobatics.
But with your jump spell, the DC is drastically lowered as it triples your jump distance, and you just whoop, you hop over, easy peasy, and you join Melvin on the other side.
Oh dear.
At this
seeing
point-
this-
I'm going to try something if I can.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to have my little ballista just kind of go to the other edge, and I have a rope of climbing.
Okay.
I'm going to try and tie it off to that and then toss it to the other side, see if maybe they can, like, I'm not sure, like, like monkey bars at the jungle gym, kind of like climb across easier. Maybe if that's
Okay.
even possible.
Sure. Okay. Well, make me a. What even check could we use for this? Roll like an attack to see if you can shoot it over to the other side.
Okay.
So when you
Let's
use your ballista stats to just shoot the rope over to the other side.
Yeah. Okay, so give me just one.
And if you can help, I'm going to lower the DC for this for their tests because they will
Yeah.
have the rope to help them.
Okay, so that's a plus. Hold on. So that's a 14 for the attack.
Okay, that's easy peasy. So you fire this rope over to the other side, and I'll say just for the ease and quickness, because we want to keep these things going, it just shoots and embeds into the wall and creates like this little rope that seems sturdy enough for folks to hold onto it. But because we're kind of getting the momentum going, I'm going to try and keep the initiative that we had from combat, just so we can act. So we'll go right to the top. So Andrasa.
I will jump across with a 20, not natural.
Okay, yeah, you make it across using the rope. You get across this pit. Melvin's already across. Douglas.
That's an 11.
An 11. Okay, unfortunately, you have too much shit on your back. You're carrying too much, and as you try and monkey bars your way across or use this rope to help you, you slip and you will take 6 points of piercing damage as you fall into the pit and stab yourself.
My rope is
Oh,
still
you
down there,
got
so we can
six.
always climb up.
Okay. So make me an athletics test to climb out the other side if you should wish to.
I'm going to use advantage on this since
Okay.
athletics is not my best.
It's got to be 10 damage or more for a growing shot.
Okay. So what have we got, Pope?
No, boy.
Oh!
13. 13, I used advantage.
You did.
So.
Thank goodness you did, and you managed to climb out the other side without once again impaling your butt. Okay, which leads us to Chocolate. You are the last one.
I look
Let's
around.
make
I'm like, I use the rope and try and jump across.
Uh-huh.
It's not gonna go well, I tell you, my friends. Ooh.
Oh, boy.
Oh, okay.
so-
So, as this is a meat grinder, and it is unfair, we're gonna double the damage, as that's a nat 1. This is a critical fail. You're gonna stab yourself about as bad as it can get. You are going to take 19 points of piercing damage as you plummet into the pit and are impaled.
Ah! I don't deserve this.
Okay, so if you're wanting to climb out the other side, athletics test,
Using my
please.
advantage, I shall climb. Because
Okay.
considering how badly my rolls are going. Ugh. So yes,
Fantasy Grounds is in a
athletics then,
movie.
right? Is it athletics?
Athletics, yes, sorry.
Ooh. Okay. Ooh. 15. Oh, yeah, 15.
Okay, so no, that's roll 2d10
Wait, sorry, that-
minus 1.
Oh, right.
So it'd be 9 is your highest one there. Okay, it's still not
9.
that one, so you do climb out of the pit. It takes you a little bit longer than you would normally expect, but nonetheless, you are out of the pit. Which leads us to the next room, and you can see now that it is a long stretching corridor. You can see right at the end there is a door. Next to that door is a lever. And as you all sort of enter in, you hear Barry Holder once again who goes, "Now for my personal favorite, we have the Travelator." And the spike pit below you moves up and enters the doorway that you were just in. And you hear a mechanical sound start going, like a as the floor starts slowly moving you backwards towards the spike wall behind you, which has also started moving forwards. I need everybody to make me a dexterity check, please. Yeah, just dexterity.
Save or just check?
Just check.
Okay. Considering how bad this could go for me, I'm going to use my advantage on this.
Let me know when you want the results.
Okay, Noir, yep, go for it.
Got a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 from Noir. Mecca, what did you get?
15.
15. Spence?
19 for me.
19. Lydia? A 5? Okay, and Pope?
12.
12. Okay, so everybody except Andrasa starts moving towards this door. It is difficult to move as the floor is moving you backwards towards the spikes, but Andrasa, you just can't get that sort of that grip, and you start sliding backwards, and you are like 5 feet from the spike wall. Dex checks again from everybody, please.
May I have a little bit extra because I'm going to invoke being a rogue and use my bonus action to dash?
Okay, that's sure. Yep.
I'd like to use one of my advantages, please.
Absolutely. Who's got disadvantages left? I would like to impose disadvantage on Mech, Spence, and Pope, please.
There's no point, but okay.
You are so kind.
I already
I got a
rolled a
net.
4. It doesn't matter.
Little
Ooh,
Kobold
okay,
would
so-
like to interrupt and just double check. Did anyone just use advantage?
I did.
Okay. Anybody else know? Okay, Dark Mistress, who did you just say boo-boo to?
I said boo-boo to Mech, Spence, and Pope.
Merci, bye-bye.
Okay, so...
I got
I'll go around everybody and I'll ask for your results. Noir, what'd you get?
I got a clean 20, a nat 20 this time.
A natural 20. Okay, you are like out there. You're not getting caught by this shit. You've trained for this.
Not to get in the gooch.
Mech, what did you get?
Well, I already rolled a 4, and then the disadvantage came, so I still had a 4.
4. Okay. Spence?
6.
Okay. Lydia?
I rolled in a 20, not natural this time.
20. Okay. And Pope?
17 with disadvantage.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
So, Melvin, Andrasa, and Douglas, you start running, and you're starting to catch up now, Andrasa. That immediate start, has helped you get up a step. However, Rusty and Chocolate, you fall behind, and the spikes are incredibly close.
These little legs aren't doing me good.
One more check, please.
Okay.
I have a.
You said
silly
chocolate's right by me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to grab him, and then with my action, hold on, let me make sure that it takes this long to cast. No, don't worry, it's not a bad thing. I'm going to cast... I'm going to cast Tensor's Floating Disc right beneath us, so it
Okay.
kind of lifts us up off the ground.
Okay. Now, I happen to know for a fact, Tensor's floating disc can only hold, I think it's like 100 and something pounds, right?
It says here it can hold up to 500.
Oh, 500? Oh,
Yes,
damn. Oh, yeah,
but-
that's the old one.
There's one
I am not fat.
important caveat with tensors, as someone who abuses the hell out of that spell.
Uh-huh.
You can't use it to lift yourself, you who casts it. You
Oh.
can lift others, but you can't lift
You
yourself.
can't go on it yourself.
Is that how it works?
Because it follows
What I'm
behind
reading says
you.
It follows
Because it
behind
follows
you.
behind you.
Right, hold on. Well, the disc, it just says the disc doesn't move. Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
It's weird because it just doesn't move if I'm within 20 feet of it. It doesn't say it shows up behind me.
Spells. Gotta
It's
love
in the spell description, I think, not in the thing.
Hold on.
I would say in this
Uh,
circumstance, I would rule that you wouldn't be able to put you on it as well.
Okay.
Just because, I mean, the purpose is here for, like, you folks to die, right? So, like, it's the tension drama. So you could help. You could help your friend if you want to. But
So but I can't do myself. I can only do him.
mhm.
Yep.
Be a pal. I'll feed you some chocolate later. Not myself.
right.
Not
I need a
But my
decision.
purpose-
We need a decision. We need time. Come on.
Yeah. You know what? Never mind on the disc. I'm going because it's the entire floor that's moving.
Mhm.
You said.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to cast jump on myself again and just try to jump forward.
Okay. So, all right. So this is the last round of checks. So, what did you get for your dex check?
Let's see.
15.
15. Noir?
I got 16.
16. Okay. Mech?
Well, I rolled a natural 1.
Nat 1. Oh boy. Okay. Spence?
17.
17. Okay. Lydia?
18.
18. Okay. So, unfortunately for everybody that is not Lydia or Spence, the floor rapidly speeds up beneath you, and you find the spike wall encroaching, and you can't stop it, and all of you are going to take some damage. You all take 19 points of piercing damage. So, Spence, Lydia, you don't take that. Everybody else does.
Ooh, I'm on death
How much?
save.
How much damage did we just take?
19.
Ooh.
Okay,
That's
so
a
I
spicy
heard
meatball.
death save, Mech.
Yep.
So
that's
roll me that d20.
Just
a straight D20.
D20. Yep.
Yep. We're looking for 15 or above.
12. I'm dead.
12. We have our first casualty, and you hear Barry Holder go, "Oh!" And that's the first one down, pierced
I
through the
thought-
heart by love. How does your character die?
Oh god, oh man. Please, visit my candy shop. All I want. Please, don't let my life's work go in vain. It's so sweet. I can see the light.
And as you're making this statement, you hear like the Oscars get off stage music start playing, and the lights grow darker around you, and your lifeless body is removed from play. Thank you for joining us today, Mech. You have the great honor of being the first one down. Can you briefly tell us where you can find us, where we can find you, and a project that you're working on?
You can find me at twitch.tv/mechaspider, all one word, as I've spoken it a couple times in Twitch chat. And any projects I'm working on, getting back to streaming, I suppose. Also supporting charity.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. Godspeed. Okay, so the door up ahead is open, and Andrassa and Rusty, you can see this lever next to it. You are basically at the lever by now.
Has the floor stopped moving?
The floor is still going, but you are managed to keep pace. You're not being dragged behind.
Okay. So I guess we pull this thing, right?
Oh, yes, pull it then if you must.
I will cast Mage Hand and have the Mage Hand press down the lever.
Okay, so the mage hand comes out, it pulls down the lever, and the floor grinds to a halt. And Melvin and Douglas, having just been impaled by the wall, you are relieved that you are no longer being pushed back into the spikes. The floor has stopped.
This is the worst day of my entire life. I don't want to be chosen anymore. I want to go home.
How are Melvin and Douglas looking?
On a scale of 0 to 38, he's an 8.
Okay. And Douglas?
On a scale of 0 to 45, I'm at 20.
Okay. He's gonna walk up to Melvin and just kind of like apply these different salves to him and stuff, and he's going to cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level on him.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, stranger.
You can thank me later. So that's 11 points of healing to Melvin.
Okay. So as this healing is provided to you, the floor almost starts moving the opposite way, ushering you into the next room. And you hear the producer being like, "Come on, people, come on, the ratings, come on, chop chop."
I'll have moved into the next room, probably not waiting for the other three.
Yeah, Melvin is following along, crying a little bit, kind of going, can we change our minds? Do we have to keep going?
Calcifer
sure
will
we
actually
have.
land on your head and transform fully into cat and start purring and go, "I'm helping."
He starts licking your hair. It's gross. The horrible wet licky sound that cats do. Okay, and as you enter the next room, you see another contestant dropped in from somewhere above next to you. Hi, Chai.
Hi.
Oh, lovely entrance.
So, please introduce your character.
You see a silvery blue skinned elf with bluish black dark hair with a raven perched on her shoulder and black and blood red leather armor. And she walks in, she's like, "I'm Elia Ezrani Kylorn. The competition will yell eek because I can't be beat." And then she's gonna swish swish flick summon a sword. And I embrace the darkness. I'm here to cut to the heart of this matter. And Let's fight.
Okay.
Someone be brave.
So, as this marvelous introduction plays out, it is wonderful. It is amazing. You hear the live studio audience go, woo! Wow! As they cheer for their new champion. And you are once again in a dark room. You can't see anything. There's a thunderbolt, a strike of lightning, a very dramatic, and you hear a as illuminated by the strike of lightning is the Dark Mistress herself, who looks like she's tall, she's dark, she's hot. She's very obviously a vampire as you look at her, and she turns, she looks at you, she offers out a hand and says, "My darlings, roll initiative." And Dark Mistress has descended. Barry Holder is losing his shit over the microphone. The crowd is going wild. And it is the Dark Mistress's turn to play.
I thought she was gonna help us.
Fool.
You guys spent
Don't be so
$100
naive,
for her
Melvin.
They spent money for her to feed us up. I hate this
Yeah, they
audience.
did.
Remember, the violence done to you is good.
Okay, so do we have any initiative between 25 and 20?
21.
We
So
keep
it's a
doing this.
A 21 from Chai. Noir, you got a 20?
Yes.
Okay.
I also got a 20. I should clarify. I didn't
Okay,
realize
so
we were
what is
re-rolling
your
initiative.
dex?
It is +2 for me.
Okay,
I
and
am
Noir?
+3.
Okay, so then it spends. Okay, Lydia, what'd you get?
I got a mighty 6.
6. And Pope?
7.
Good God, folks. Why are you like this? Okay.
Oh,
Ask
and I
Fancy
forgot,
Grams.
my Raven has 15.
Okay, 15. Okay.
Calcifer has 3.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, +3, +5. No, 8. I misspoke. I'm sorry.
Okay, so it's the Raven, then it's Calcifer. Okay, but none of you are as quick as the Dark Mistress, as we all know. She's very fast. Famously fast. Okay. She, at her hip, draws out a very fine, silvery-looking rapier, and she is going to lunge at the person that is directly in front of her. And I remember Lydia saying that Andrassa was the first one into the room, and so you will be getting stabbed. With a 21. Okay. And then you will take 6 points of piercing damage.
That's you know, it
Bit of a
happens to the
letdown.
best of vampires.
Yeah.
And,
She kind of was like, oh, okay. And then
And I will use
she-
another reaction
Hellish
to
Rebuke?
teleport.
Oh, you
No, that's the Misty Step.
Okay.
That's my 2 spells gone.
Okie dokie. And she is then going to move forward and just swipe at the next person there. So give me a second. I just need to double check a thing in my other thing. Books. Why? Okay. She is going to swipe at. I'm going to roll a d4 to see who it is. It's you, Noir. Sorry, bud.
Does it have to be? Oh, God. Bring it on.
The dice doth proclaim it. That is going to be a 9 to hit.
That is going to miss. So again, he goes, ah!
And she
Oh,
smiles.
no.
And she's, I'm just playing with you.
Mistress,
Mhm.
I'm sorry to interrupt your game, but it
Mhm.
seems there are hurt feelings on the other side. And Spencer, you gained disadvantage, for you left the mecha spider in the dirt.
Oh, well, I mean, fair.
Okay. So Next up, we have Chai. The Dark Mistress is in front of Melvin. She has stabbed one of your friends, and she tried to stab him and missed. What would you like to do?
I would like to. How far? I think I'm just gonna chill touch from
Okay.
where I am at.
Cool.
Because I want to stay back a smidge and see how this goes.
General rule about combat is you're never going to be too far away to not do it, to do something. So, don't worry about distances.
Yeah, that was garbage. That's a 7.
7 ain't going to do it.
Yeah, no. The spectral hand flies out and it just goes right past the side of her face.
Okay, and she turns and she fixes you with a smile, and as she does, you can see those fangs, and she looks at you with a quirked eyebrow. All right, Noir, you are up.
Okay. So he's gonna try and do his Eldritch Blast, but he doesn't know what he's doing, so he casts Hex on accident.
Okay.
So he's gonna look at his hands and go, "That's not what I meant to do."
So what do I need to do for a hex? Is that a save throw, I think? Or is it
So
an
for
attack
Hex,
roll?
I just place a curse on you. And whenever I deal damage to you, I do an extra
That's right.
D6 of necrotic damage. Also, I get to choose one of your abilities, and you get disadvantage on ability checks of the chosen type. So I am going to say, strength. We're gonna make her a little weaker.
Ooh, okay. That's fine.
All right. So he goes, Eldritch Blast, and it's Hex. It's like, what? And he tries to do it again. This time it does happen. So then he'll do Eldritch Blast after that.
Okay.
Because Hex is in fact a bonus action. Okay.
That's right.
All right.
I've only been GMing 5e for 5 years. I should know this by now.
So yeah, all of those are gonna miss. That was a 12 and an 11. So
she looks you up and down, Noir, and she does the most anime Ojo-sama laugh you've ever heard in your life. She's like, oh, as you miss with those Eldritch Blasts.
And in response to that, he's just gonna go, so do you come here often?
You hear Calcifer go, wow, she's so sun. Okay. Spence, you're up.
Yeah. Bonus action. I'm going to have my Force Ballista fire at the Dark Mistress.
It's going to be a disadvantage.
Yeah. Sure thing. Oh, no. Not with a 10. That won't hit.
Nope, that ain't going to do it.
And then I'll be like, oh, that's fun. And he just snaps his fingers and he's going to cast Blur on himself.
Okay. Okie
And
dokie.
that is my turn.
All right, which will bring us to the Raven. So Chai, what's your Raven doing? Oh, we can't hear you. You're muted.
Okay. My Raven's gonna fly up by the Dark Mistress and hold the aid action.
Okay, who are you aiding?
I am going to aid myself next time I come up.
Okie dokie. So this will bring us to Calcifer.
It's exactly the same thing I had planned. So Andrasta will go, you stop making those weep jokes and help! And send him off to give me advantage on the blasts.
Okay. He goes, Gambate, Andrasta-chan!
What? We talked about this!
And he does a little flag. Okay, which will bring us to Douglas.
As all these animals and Noir are all adjacent to the Dark Mistress, a smile creeps across Douglas's face.
Mm-hmm.
Now smile, and is going to fire.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Oh! Roll
This
that
is sneak
damage.
attack. This is sneak
Yep.
attack, so 2d6 sneak attack on top.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's gonna hurt.
Yep. He shot his shot and he made it. There's so many of these jokes and I'm trying not to make them.
Make them. You've heard the shit I'm coming out with tonight, man. Come on.
You nailed the Dark Mistress.
31 damage.
Oh, 31 damage.
Jesus fuck.
Okay. So I
And,
would like to
just
say
as bonus action, soliloquy. Do I have your attention now, darling?
And Barry Holder says, now y'all won't know this because of meta knowledge, but the end bit of the Dark Mistress's HP is at 69, which is nice. Okay. Which will bring us to Lydia.
Melvin whispers,
Andrasa.
nice.
Before Andrasa acts, however, the sky opens and down pours colorful candy wrappers showered in glistening pink and silver. Don't worry, Dark Mistress, not real silver.
Okay.
And you are all given an extra advantage, courtesy
Yay.
of Mecha Spider.
Oh.
Thank
He
you,
helps
Mecha
us from
Spider.
beyond the grave.
I will attack with the blasts and with the advantage from Calcifer.
Yep.
First one is 24.
Yep.
And the second one is 18.
Yep.
14 plus 6 is 20 damage all in all.
20 damage all in all. So you blast her with this energy and she sort of recoils. But she straightens back up and you can see that part of the wounds that have been inflicted upon her start to heal as she smiles widely with these fanged teeth. And she is going to very calmly, very smoothly move towards Rusty. And she's going to reach out and grab him with an
Did
attack.
that provoke from Noir?
Yes, it would. So what we'll do
And the
is
animals.
the animals are aiding, right? I don't think they attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we will resolve Noir's opportunity attack once he gets back. I'm going to use my advantage to grab at you, the Spence. Oh, Noir! Hey, buddy.
Hello.
The Dark Mistress. The Dark Mistress has moved away from you, so you did get an opportunity attack.
Okay. I am going to take my longsword and swing at her.
Okie doke. Get her.
So let's see. He really doesn't want to hurt her. He rolled a 3 plus 7, so 10.
No. And she just kind of looks over her shoulder at him and just goes, huh, as she swings.
So
For-
he swings,
Okay.
misses, and then he says, "You doing anything after this?"
Okay.
I
So
will
Spence,
say
Yeah?
yes. She will have disadvantage on the attack because of blur,
Mm-hmm.
but since you're using advantage, it'll just be a straight roll.
Just straight roll. Okay.
Yeah.
That is going to be a 19 to hit.
With my reaction, I am going to cast Shield, and that brings my
Okay.
AC up to 20.
Okay.
So as she
She does
swings, I just
Yep.
hold up the stick, and you see like this metallic shield just quickly grow out of it,
Mm-hmm.
and he's just like, "Okay, cool. Hi," and he just waves.
And she's going to go, hi, and she's going to swing again because she has 2 attacks.
Okay.
And Dark Mistress,
Oh,
you have been
boy.
given 2 more advantages, and the rest of the crew gain another advantage. Thank you to the wonderful Idira.
Okay, that
This
is
is gonna
a
hurt
natural
real
20.
damn bad.
And
This
you
is gonna
also
hurt
have
real
a
damn bad.
Bane on you.
Yep, I know,
Bleeding
yeah.
Love. So damage is
Is
going to be doubled. Okay.
So we'll see how this goes.
So she is
Double,
going
double?
at she is going at you not with the rapier. This is her fist. So the 20 is to grab you and then bite you in like the one motion because of how this is
good.
on here. So this is going to be a lot. Okay, so
scared.
that's
Okay.
14. No, hang on. Wait.
That's 28.
No,
because.
that's-
Oh wait, no. 14.
Hang on a sec. Hang on a sec.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be 11
Okay.
doubled to 20. No, hang on. That's gonna be 11 doubled to 22 from your bane, and I need you
Yep.
to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. I'm going to use my advantage. One of my
I'm
advantages.
gonna
on this
counteract the
con save.
advantage with a disadvantage.
Okay.
Gonna
Luckily, my
counterspell
con
your
save-
counterspell.
Exactly.
I sometimes
Let's see.
play blue.
My
Blue
con
black
save
all
isn't
day, let's
terrible, so we'll see what happens. Ooh, that'll be a 22 on my Constitution save.
Okay, so you are going to take half of this, but it will be
Okay.
doubled.
Good.
Um,
Good.
The mathematics. Okay, so you're going to take 23 points of poison damage.
Okay, so
So
that's
in total, that's
if he.
45 points of damage.
Yeah. Okay. That's the thing. Let's see. Yeah, I don't have anything to help myself, so that does bring me past 0.
Okay, so you drop down. I need you to roll me a single d20.
Yeah. Am I allowed to use one of my advantages on this or no?
If you choose to use it. I mean, you could die and bestow it to the next person after you.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be a little selfish here. I'm gonna try and survive.
Okay.
That's a 15 on the advantage exactly.
Okay, 15 is exactly what you needed. You are at 1 HP.
Okay, and I think no, unless I get a natural 20, that blur isn't staying up, so I lose concentration on that.
Okie dokie. So, also, I just want to give a big thank out to Brazen Dynamic, who has given an advantage to Chai. Okay, so the Dark Mistress is smiling as she's just reduced you to a lump on the ground. Even though you're still at 1 HP, you're still considered prone because you did drop, so you need
Oh
to
yeah.
get up. Okay, and it's now Chai's turn.
Okay, so my Raven is still over there getting me advantage, and because I saw her,
she did
like,
move. She moved
Oh,
from your
okay.
Raven. So
Okay, then I'm going to send one of my advantages.
Mm-hmm.
Because I saw her heal up a little bit before, and I don't like that. So I'm going to chill touch her again.
Okay.
And that is 17 plus 3, dirty 20.
That'll do it.
Okay, and this is 8. Okay, so 8 necrotic damage, and it cannot regen hit points until the start of my next turn.
Cool. All right.
And I'm going to move up close to her as well.
Okay. All right. So, that will now bring us to Noir. Where's Malvin doing?
He's going to take a couple steps back, and then he's going to Eldritch Blast again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use my advantage.
Go for it.
I'm gonna use. I think I have 2, so I'm gonna use it on both blasts.
All right.
A 1 and a 3, so miss. Like, what do you want to do for dinner? Like, that's the first miss. The second miss. That 20, thank God.
All right. Roll that damage.
Roller
for me.
coaster.
Okay.
It's 2. Well, and the D6 because of Hex
Yep.
as well. So that is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So 19 damage.
19. All right. Okay.
Cool. I did it! Everyone, I did it! I finally got her!
So as you like, hey, what's for dinner tonight? She's about to turn around to be like, dude, fuck off. When you like blast her square in the chest with this eldritch blast. And she looks at you and she's kind of taken aback for a moment. As it's like, oh, we can do something. All right, which will bring us to Spence.
Too real.
You are
Yeah.
on the ground. You have 1 HP.
Yeah. You hear him
The
kind of
dark
like,
mistress's very nice boots are right in your
Yeah.
face.
okay. So I
Some
know if I
take
turn
me for
away
that.
from her, I'll probably get an attack of opportunity on me.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to start by using my bonus action. Oh god, because if I stand up, I won't provoke an attack of opportunity, correct?
No, only if you
I
move.
won't. Okay. Because if it's a ranged attack, I'll have disadvantage if I'm prone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm going to use half my movement to stand up.
Mm-hmm.
And with my bonus action, I'm going to attempt to have the Force Ballista once again fire at her.
Okay. So I would like to use that disadvantage right there that you've got.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, that was a natural 20 on the first. So that'll be a 12.
Unfortunately, that ain't gonna do it.
Okay, and then with my action, I'm just gonna hold my stick up and I'm gonna attempt to cast Firebolt.
Okay.
All right, so that's, let's see, 1d20. That's a 15 to hit.
15 is not going to do it, I'm afraid. She very
Good.
deftly just deflects it as you cast this spell in front of her. She just, with a flick of her wrist. What is the Raven doing? Is it moving up to disadvantage again? Oh, can't hear you, Chai.
Yep, and Raven's just gonna like fly up and just kind of be buzzing around her head, driving her nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like make
She's
a peck
like-
at the back of her ear.
Oof, well, this just adds to the aesthetic. Okay. And Calcifer is doing... Same thing?
Same thing, and just for flavor, he will try and land on her shoulder as well and go, "Hi."
And she looks at him with a sneer.
I'm just doing what I'm told. I'm sorry. I actually quite like you.
That's all
Cool
right.
boots.
Thank you. They were very expensive. Okay, it is Pope's turn.
I would like to use advantage.
Okay.
And $28 hits.
Ooh. 28 does hit.
All right.
So roll me that damage.
$16.
16. Nice. Okay.
Darling,
So-
I need you to stop ignoring me.
Okay. And so you launch another bolt at her, and she is just like, it seems like she's ignoring you on purpose now. She definitely just doesn't even move. Okay. So next up, we have Lydia.
Old Faithful.
Do
Calcifer,
it.
stop flirting. And that's a
but she's
21.
hot.
I know, that's why we're here. 21 and 23.
Those will both hit.
That is 6, 15, 21 damage.
21 damage. Hot diggity damn. Okay. One. Okay, so you blast her with the energy, and Calcifer goes,
Hey, what's the count?
as there's like now a little hole in it, and like through the dark mistress, and she looks down. She looks very unimpressed that you've ruined her lovely tailoring, but nonetheless,
I can mend that later. I can mend that like.
she seems to be focused on Rusty in front of her, maybe sensing that he is quite weak and almost ready to die. And she advances upon him because he didn't move, so he just stays there. And she is going to use an advantage to hit him.
Sure.
That's going to be a 16 on that one and a 2 on that one. So that's going to be a 21 to hit.
Yeah, I can't do anything against that. So
No, you're just down, right? I don't even need to roll the damage for that.
Oh yeah, because I'm at 1, so I need to roll my thing.
Dark Mistress, a new audience arrives. Thank you so much to Tabletop Horde who raids.
Welcome, raiders.
Let's see what happens.
It's just a flat 15.
Yep. Ah, so
Okay.
close.
So, in a move seen by one Lily de Rochefort in Tekken, the Dark Mistress lifts up her leg and just smushes you into the ground, Rusty, with a high kick. Just she just flattens you into the ground. Her top half doesn't even move. And she sort of grinds your head into the dirt. But how would you like to die?
Let's see. I'm trying to figure out what I can do with my dying. What exactly can I do as I'm dying? Would I not be able to cast a spell as I'm dying?
No.
Or...
This is like your final
Okay.
words.
Yeah.
And you need to bestow your inspiration.
Oh, yeah. So, I just kind of, like, grab the leg and I'm trying to, like, get the stick up to maybe get off a last spell, but it won't work. And he just kind of, like, coughs up blood and makes sure it hits her face as he just falls to the ground dead.
All right. And thank you very much for joining us, Spence. Where can we find you on the internet? And what are you up to these days?
Yeah. You can find me at on Twitter at the name that's there in the bio thing, and not really up much to anything, but I do start rehearsals for a production of the musical Kinky Boots in my home state of Ohio, and I'm excited for that. So,
Well, then how
Perfect
apt
way
that
to
you-
go under the
Yeah.
boots as well. My God.
How
it
apt.
actually kind of feels nice.
That is very fitting.
We don't think shame here. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Spence. And as Rusty's blood hits the Dark Mistress's face, she wipes it away delicately with a finger, licks it, and disappears into darkness. As one Barry Holder says, "Well, that was a surprise guest appearance by the Dark Mistress herself. What is next for our wonderful bunch of adventurers?" And you are once again plunged into darkness. And you are blinded by bright lights as you appear to be in what could only be described as a karaoke booth. And Barry Holder says, "And now for my favorite round. Sing your heart out. You gotta sing a song, and if you fuck it up, your heart gets ripped out. Fun for the whole family." And so the studio audience goes wild. This is a fan favorite. And stepping up to the microphone is one Doc Rimbo. What does your hero look like?
So you see a man enter, a human man. He is gorgeous, just the best looking fellow you've ever seen. He's got the most spectacular mustache right under his nose and this coiffed hair, and he has some sort of cotton poly silk shirt blend going on that's open at least down to the third button with lots of chest hair coming out. And he just sort of walks in like he owns the place, and he looks around and says, "Well, hey, everybody. My name's Burnt Reynolds. I'm here to meet a mistress about something or set something on fire. I don't know."
Okay, and as this microphone is placed in front of you, a backing track begins, and it's only what could be described as a really fucked up chiptune version of Total Eclipse of the Heart. And I need you to make me a performance check, please.
Let's see. Performance. plus 6. So, let me see here. Bring it up. My performance is pretty good, but the roll wasn't. It's a 9.
So as you sing along, the tune is just, it's not quite how it should be, and you're giving out this performance, you're hitting bum notes left, right, and center, and the crowd is like, boo, woo, and they start throwing things at you, and when it gets to the chorus with the turnaround, it gets insistent, and you feel a presence behind you.
I turn around.
And you see the Dark Mistress. She looks severely unimpressed, as Total Eclipse of the Heart is one of her favorite songs, and she is going to punch you in the right in the stomach, an attempt to totally eclipse your heart. And you are going to take damage for this very bad performance.
Great.
You will take 14 points of bludgeoning damage as the Dark Mistress makes her displeasure known, and she literally punches you off the stage.
Oh, it's nice to meet you too.
And next up, the call has gone out for Melvin to take the stage. The Dark Mistress has left once again, and Melvin steps up. This time it's Hello by Adele, but again, the chiptune is bad. It's out of tune, it warped, hello. And I would like you to make me that performance check.
That's 20. 24.
We found his true calling.
Hello.
I love her notifier.
So as you bust out the most heart-wrenching, this is better than Adele ever did, and you see the audience have handkerchiefs as they're dabbing their eyes. They're feeling it right now. That soul is there, that emotion, that passion. And you turn around, and the Dark Mistress is there, and her face is blank, except for the hint of a smile. And she kind of caresses your cheek, and you feel slightly invigorated. You are going to heal 4 hit points. As you have performed well. And you are gently ushered off stage. Next up, we have Chai. You are invited up to the stage.
Oh man, Try is really bad at this, but she's gonna clear her throat a little bit and suck it all sorts of up. 5.
So as you got a 5. Okay, so the stirring strings of My Way begins to play, and they've somehow mucked up the track. So this one isn't a backing track, this is just the record, but you're not duetting very well with Fantasy Frank Sinatra, and the crowd has turned hostile. And you hear a, I'm going to have it my way, as the Dark Mistress is going to uppercut you off the stage.
Shield.
Okay, so I will roll this as an attack then, rather than just as normal with your shield. So that would be a 18.
Nope.
Okay, so as the Dark Mistress goes to uppercut you, you shield, and she sort of connects off. She's very unimpressed. There's a deep frown that forms on her face, and she clicks her fingers and gestures for you to get off the stage. And you can see that displeasure on her face. All right, next up is Andrasa. Lydia, you are invited to the stage. You have got... because I love you very dearly.
Can I flavor this?
Go ahead.
It will actually be Calcifer who immediately runs up to the microphone and go, "Give me anything for love, D minor," and start singing. I'm just scrambling along and do the harmony part for Calcifer.
So Calcifer is ready for anything for love. because he would do anything for love, but he won't do that. But he hears the stirring piano of a Jim Steinman piece, and he gets carried away. He's not listening because this is not what he asked for. But in the back, a Celine Dion song, any Celine Dion song starts playing, because I've forgotten all of them. And
if we stick with Steinman, then you'll do the "It's All Coming Back to Me Now."
Yes, 100%. It's All Coming Back to Me Now starts playing, and Calcifer is singing I Would Do Anything for Love. What was your performance check?
I will use my advantage for that. And that is I have a thing in that. 17.
17. Okay. Where's my thing?
Just did a Glee style mashup.
Yeah.
Basically.
It's all coming back to me now.
And as it somehow works, because little does everybody knows that every Jim Steinman song sounds exactly the fucking same. So it doesn't matter what the lyrics are, because it's the same song every time. And Calcifer gives a stunning performance, and as do you, as you harmonize with him, and the crowd cheers, and you are invited off stage. And we've just crossed our 200-pound goal, everybody. We did it.
Hey!
We got, I can't remember if I've called this one out, but Nekobama gave advantage for Doc Rimbo's next 2 rolls, and Spence gave you advantage Noir. So congratulations, folks. You got advantages, and we hit our target. So, finally, up at the microphone is Douglas.
I would like to use advantage, and also, I know you're not usually taking requests, but can you do Sarah from Frank Wildhorn's Civil War, please?
The suggestion is given and received. Roll me that performance check.
Good thing I used advantage.
Oh, Pope. What have you done to the digital dice gods?
They do not like me. But that's because the actual dice gods prefer me. So a 19.
19. Okay, so you managed to give a stirring performance. It is well received. The audience cheers. Love Barry Holder is like, I love this song. Woo! And you are invited off stage, having survived this room. Okay, so you head into the next room, and you see that this is a sort of a large rectangular room stretching out, so the long way is in front of you rather than this way. It's like that way, then that way, like an air hostess. And right at the end of the room, you can see a stupidly sexy looking werewolf. He is in like Mardi Gras feathers with like a bikini on, and he's got like the whole deal going on. It's like ridiculously sexy looking werewolf. You can see leading up to the werewolf is a series of strange shapes of all different kinds of sizes and heights and widths. And Barry Holder says, now for a fun round of What Time Is It, Mr. Wolf? Our contestants must make it to the end of the room without being seen by Mr. Wolf. And the wolf makes a big show of like turning around and covering his eyes. And he goes 10, 9, 8, 7. And I would like everybody to make me stealth checks, please.
Okay, I'm going to use my advantage on this.
Lydia, I would like you to use your disadvantage.
I should have.
I'll
but
happily
I didn't.
do so, because...
Oh, I am so glad. I rolled
I'm
an
also
18
using
and
that
a
advantage
1.
too.
Yeah, I should have, but I didn't think of it. So
I know
have
we're
11.
busy with a wolf, but I have just received word from the producers. They say one dark mistress is not enough. They need 2.
No
Let's get it on,
fucking way.
baby.
Oh man.
Let's get it on. Okay. So,
Who did it?
Frax, I take back anything I ever said about you.
I knew it was
Okay.
this lovely gentleman.
Noir, what did you get?
Sorry. 24.
24. Okay, Chai.
Chai's like, I'm good at this, and then forgets that her sword's all like shiny, and she got an 11.
An 11. Okay.
Yeah.
Doc Rimba, what did you get?
Burnt glides forward
Burnt,
with
sorry.
a 19.
19. Okay.
Yeah.
Lydia, what did Andrasa get?
Andrasa falls flat on her face with a 2.
And Pope, what did Douglas get?
Douglas immediately seeks cover with a 17.
With a 17. Okay. So, as the countdown comes down from 10 to 0, the wolf turns around and Noir, Duck, and Pope, you manage to hide behind one of these strangely shaped shapes. I'm good at this. As the werewolf opens up his mouth and laser cannons Chai and Lydia. Because they can do that now. Shut up, I make the rules. And you are going to take 22 points
shield
of
again?
laser damage. This is just an effect. This is like an area of effect kind of deal.
Okay. You said 22?
Yes. Frickin' laser wolves up in this biz. Okay, so, and after he blasts out with this energy, he once again makes a big show of turning around and goes 10, 9, 8. And I would like everybody to make me a second stealth check, please. It will be a little bit harder as you are getting closer to him. And the cover is more sparse.
I'm gonna spend an advantage for this one.
Okay.
I'm using that second one. I'm not wasting them. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't need it, of course. 25.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll go around everybody and grab them just so I can keep it straight in my brain. Noah, what'd you get?
I got a dirty 20, 14 and 6.
Dirty 20, nice. Chai?
25.
25. Doc?
I find a burnt Reynolds shaped shape, and it's a 22.
22. Lydia?
I used my advantage as well and rolled 2 dice. Natural 20.
Nice. And Pope?
18.
18. Okay, so this time as he turns around, he looks for you all, but you all manage to hide and find a shape to duck behind. And he once again kind of pouts this time, and you hear like a very sad puppy sound, a little as he doesn't blast anybody. But he's going to turn around and again, 10,
bright eyes,
9, 8, bright mouth. Stealth checks, please.
Can't lose.
Okay, is everybody rolled?
Yep.
Okay, Noir.
It's been fun playing with you guys. I rolled a 9.
A 9? Okay, Chai.
21.
Okay, Doc.
7.
Lydia.
Melvin, me and you both. 7.
7. Pope.
23.
23. So Chai and Pope, this time you folks managed to hide behind something. There's only like 2 bits left. You've edged everybody else out of cover, and the rest of you are gonna take, let's see, 25 points of laser damage.
Yeah, that'll do it.
And burnt Reynolds goes down.
Okay, so Noir, death save, please.
Yes. 16.
16. Okay, you make it with 1 HP left. Doc.
Oh, it's a 13.
13. Oh
I know.
You were with us just briefly.
He was so fabulous, but he couldn't outlive that one joke that was his name.
But Burnt Reynolds gets blasted full force by the laser, and Lydia.
That is an 11 rolled.
And that is it for Andrasa. So, Doc, how does Burnt go out? What is his dying soliloquy?
I think that Burnt hears that whimpering from that wolf and feels like some tenderness inside him that he didn't know he had, and then the tenderness is outside him, and it doesn't end well. So he just sort of screams in pain and brushes his mustache once and then falls over dead.
I love it. He's got that last.
Yeah. He has to.
Before he
going out.
goes, you gotta, right? Gotta look great.
Right,
Going to the grave.
right.
Lydia.
I figure as she's trying to run for cover, Calcifer is still singing because he's now on a Jim Steinman roll. And they're bickering about, you need to stop this. They're going to see us. They're going to hear us. They're gonna... Just burnt to ashes.
And he goes,
Like an imp out of hell, I'll be gone when the morning comes.
and he's doing like a little solo and the whole thing. And then he's like an imp out of hell, because he doesn't know the lyrics, but he's loving it. Before you are caught, and he goes, fuck, before he is sent back to his home plane and Andrasa is reduced to ash. But Doc, where can we find you on the internet, and what are you working on?
I'm on Twitter at Doc Rimbo, and I play a lot of games in real life, but I'm not doing much on the internet right now. So if you're doing a game online, you want to stream something, look me up. And thanks, everyone. Charlie, we got the Susie, we got the same shirt on.
We do. Look at that.
We're twins. Look at that. All right, great.
Thank you
y'all.
so much for joining us, and I'm sorry that our playing together was so brief. But Lydia, where can we find you on the internet?
Well, you can usually find me over at Susie's channel, to be perfectly honest, but you can also find me on Twitter as Half-Arsed Hermit, and you can find me in Edinburgh, hidden away in the actual vaults, actually hanging from the ceiling like an actual vampire, for the Vaults games every first Saturday of the month. So if you want to play in haunted places, hit me up. Bye.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, and I will see you next time, Lydia. Okay, so with two fallen friends, you advance onto the next room, and you can see that it's a strange one. It's very cold in here, and you are stood at the top of a large slope that appears to be covered in snow. And Barry Holder has a glee in his voice as he announces, now it's time for a cool new segment just invented today, literally 4 hours ago. It's time for Toe Goblin. And as he says that, 3 goblins wearing such strange armor walk out to you. And you can see that on their front appears to be a sled, and mounted on their back is a makeshift seat with handles. And the goblins look at you with a frenzied glee in their faces, and they're like, as they lay down in front of each of you and tuck their limbs in and become little toboggans. And you are to go one by one down the slope. So who would like to go first?
I'll go first. 'Cause
All
I've got
right.
nothing to lose.
So, Melvin, you walk over to your goblin, who, as you sort of sit on his back, pulls out a little canister from his belt, sprays it in his face, and he's like, "Ah!" As he is ready to launch himself down the slope. I need you to make me an animal handling test
Oh my
to
god.
see how well you push off.
Oh, that's a 9 total.
A 9. Okay, so you sort of push off with your foot just as the goblin is still sort of screaming. His mouth is open and it's full of snow as it starts going down, and you hear his as he is choked on snow, and you start plummeting down the slope. As you do so, you can see that it's got those like mogul hills that they do in the Olympics where the knees go like fucking this, and it's got the slalom, and it's got a little jump at the end. So as you're going down, I need you to make me a perception test.
Okay. I'm not great at this either. 14.
14. Okay. So you're like trying to find a good safe route to go down, like the most efficient route that's going to cause you less bumps, but you don't detect it. So I need you to make me a a dexterity dexterity, just flat dexterity as you head down this hill.
Okay. That is a 21.
21. Okay, so you hold on for dear life as this goblin is just going all over the place. You're trying to keep him straight, but because of the snow in his mouth and the fact that his arms weren't fully back in yet, there's some drag. And he's like tail spinning in places, you're sliding out all over the place. The moguls are bumpy, but you manage to hold on to him so you're not launched into the stratosphere. I need one last dexterity check as you hit this little ramp at the end.
That is a 19.
A 19. Okay, so you hit the ramp, you get airborne, and you hear the goblin like spit out snow and just go, wow!
I'm just gonna be yelling in his ear. I believe in you. I believe in you. You can do this.
As you fly, and you connect with a massive airbag at the end, safely depositing you at the bottom. All right, who's next?
I volunteer to go out shiny and chrome.
Okay. Let's go, Douglas. Your goblin lays down in front of you. He does a very similar thing, sprays his mouth with something. He's amped. Roll me that animal handling check.
A 2.
A 2. Okay. So this again is a very, very bumpy start. I need you to make me that perception check to determine your route.
Okay. $24.
24. Okay, so you watched Melvin go down, and you're like, okay, I'm not gonna do that because he fucking nearly ate shit halfway down. I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna bump. Okay, and I need you to make me that dexterity check, so you can maneuver and hold on and.
Six.
Okay. And that final one, as you hit the ramp, this is incredibly bumpy and rough. This is going to increase your difficulty of the ramp significantly.
19.
19. Okay. Oh, just not enough. So, as you hit that ramp at the bottom, this has been an incredibly rough journey down. This goblin is just too amped on shit. His pupils like the size of dinner plates, and he's just not listening to anything you're saying as you're trying to maneuver him down. You saw the perfect route, but this little goblin just will not move. And he screams as he sort of just collides with the ramp at the end instead of getting airborne. And you kind of roll off the end and plummet into everyone's favorite, a spike pit. And you will take 10 points of piercing damage as you whoop over the edge.
Somehow, Douglas is still alive.
Oh my god. Damn, Douglas. All right. So, you pulled off the spikes and taken out and down to join Melvin at the bottom, which leaves us with Chai at the top.
Okay. I'm like, talk to the goblin. I'm like, okay, we can do this. Yeah, we can. Animal handling is 19.
19, okay. So, the goblin is like, gives you a salute, a very firm, and they seem very on their shit as they lie down, and they like adopt like a very good straight position. Their arms are right by their side as they wait. And I would like you to make a dexterity check, please. No, sorry, perception to map your route.
Okay. 7.
7. Okay, you have no idea the best way to do this. This is very steep. This is very scary. It's not good to look at. So I would like you to make me that dexterity check, please. You close your eyes like, oh god.
Yep. Like, oh, that's good. 22.
22. Okay, and one more for that final ramp. As you
You said
plummet
dex?
down. Yeah, it's dex, yeah.
Oh, yeah. 23.
23.
Dex I can do.
Okay, so what happens? You become one with your Tagoblin. You close your eyes. You focus. You feel his motions underneath you, and as he goes over the moguls, you manage to move your body to absorb the impacts. You're not gonna go over the place. As you go over the little slalom, you feel him moving left and right, and you move swiftly left and right, smooth. It's like butter. And you hit that ramp, and the goblin takes a breath, and you hear a small gobliny voice say, "Have faith in me," as he beneath you launches, and it's beautiful into the air. It's like art. He does a backflip, and you feel the world just leave you as you plummet and drop and land safely next to Melvin on the ground. Which
Did it look cool? I had my eyes closed.
you hear Barry Holder say, "And that's a 6 from the Russian judge. Wherever Russia is, this is fantasy land, and Russia doesn't exist, but this joke is funny regardless." Okay. And at the top of the hill, 2 spotlights appear with our brand new contestant, Stefan. If you could introduce your hero.
Certainly. Flying at about 10, 15 foot, just gently gliding down onto the top of the slope, is what can best be described as Elvis Presley in his best Count Dracula outfit. His cloak fluttering behind him gently in the non-existing breeze as he comes down and just gently touches down. Of course, his feet don't quite touch the ground, and there's something just not quite right about his head, but we'll get to that later.
Okay, and right next to him, Shauna, if you could introduce your hero.
All right. A tall lady with long flowing hair, an ethereal look, and in bright red and gold and orange armor appears in a cloud of roses and sparkles.
Oh, this is some Utena shit. I'm about it.
Yeah.
Roses, petals, dramatic 90s anime light. Somewhere in the back, the Sailor Moon theme starts, but it's again similar from the Sailor Moon theme, just for copyright. Okay, and you two are presented with your own goblins. Who would like to go first?
Oh, please, my dear, I insist.
All right, I'll do it first.
Okay, so I would like you to roll me that animal handling as your goblin lays in front of you.
Oh, good. All right. Oh, no.
Okay.
6.
Okay, this goblin puts on a helmet, like a salet with a face visor, but doesn't put the visor down. He leaves it up. I would like you to make me a perception check to map your route.
Okay. Oh, that is...
Oh, Shauna!
That is so bad. That is
Hey,
so
get
bad.
him out the way now, so
Yeah.
they're fine on Monday. Okay, and dexterity check, please.
All right,
Because you have no idea where to go. You're just trusting in this goblin, this little gerb.
As always, trust in the little goblin. 19.
Okay, so it's a tricky start. This thing is shoveling snow in front of him with this visor that's stuck on the top of his head. You're getting blasted in the face. You can't see where you're going, but you trust in your little Gerb, and your little Gerb hasn't steered you wrong just yet. You managed to make it past the moguls. It's a little bit bumpy. You make it through the slalom just about, but you head to this final ramp. Make me that last dex check.
Okay.
Believe in the goblin.
Come on, little guy. Little guy, come on. Oh boy. You know what? Yeah, Monday. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Okay, so you head to this slope, and the goblin lifts his head up at the last second to look, and that visor just goes boing and sticks, and you are sent flying off his back straight into the spike pit, and you will take, I hope I don't just immediately kill you. You'll take 25 points of piercing damage as you fly into the pit at speed.
Piercing damage? Okay, excellent.
Yep.
I'm still good.
There's a thumb up of, I'm okay, from the pit as Lyra is taken off the spikes, which brings us to Chirpy. Your goblin is presented in front of you.
Well,
And I need you to make me an animal handling roll.
animal handling to start off with, certainly.
Yeah. An 8.
Well, that could have gone better. That's an 8.
Yeah. You look down. Your goblin is a big fan of yours, Chirpy. He's wearing some blue suede shoes. Unfortunately, they're 2 sizes too big, and they kind of drag a little bit. But I would like you to, as you push off and get your start, to make me a perception check to map your route.
So that's going to be
Oh no, we're not doing good.
One.
A natural 1? Okay. So, this slope has been heavily damaged by the previous goblin, who basically sent a divot down it the whole way with his face. And you can't really map an accurate route, but I need you to make me a dex check, please. Just a flat dex check, not a saving throw.
Okay. Since I'm under the effects of enhanced ability Cat's Grace, I believe that still gives me an advantage on that.
Okay.
So that's just a straight 1.1. Let's see, so that's a straight 18, and that's worse. So 18.
That's good. Okay, 18 is good. Despite the drag caused by the blue suede shoes and the inability to map out a safe route, you managed to hold on. Again, make it over the moguls. You make it through the slalom. We have just got to the slope. So I need you to make me that one final dex check.
Okay. One. So 15 or... Oh, 15.
With a 15, okay, it is tricky going. That drag doesn't quite get you as much air as you would have liked, and you just brush the spikes, but you nonetheless successfully make it to the bottom. And as you do so, you're in that sort of winner's sort of enclosure at the bottom. And you're sort of brushing off your wounds when once again everything grows dark and the music dramatically changes. The thunder cracks once more. The lightning pierces the sky when 2 dark mistresses appear before you, smiling broadly. And here she is. And as they stand there in this enclosure, I would like everybody to roll initiative.
Dark Mistress, I am ready. I did my hair special.
Oh, look at you. So cute.
I tried.
Wait, that wasn't my Dark Mistress voice. I don't even know what my voice is anymore.
I would like to thank Indira, who donates a kiss from a rose to Shona. It will help, but it was nice of you to donate.
Okay, I need to roll. Charlie, do you have a stat block that you would like to use?
Gosh,
do you want me to
mistress, I sure do. Don't worry about it. I get covered.
Okay, you got it covered?
We have a whole bag of dice. We'll be fine.
Oh, okay. So that didn't even go in the box. Good job, me.
She's just using the Teresk stat block.
Charlie, I mean, did I close it? No, I didn't. It's right here. I'm a dum-dum. So do we have any initiative between 25 and 20? Anyone? Anyone? Okay.
Hang on, let me double check. I may have. Get back to me.
21.
You carry on with everyone else. I'll let you know.
Okay. 20 to 15.
Okay, I rolled a 19.
Okay. Fam, really? Nothing between 20 and 15? Alright. 15 and 10?
My raven has 11.
Raven has 11.
Yeah.
Shauna?
13.
Okay. Shauna?
13 as well.
Who has the higher dex mod?
I have a 4.
Definitely you.
Okay, so it's Pop, and then Shauna, and then the Raven. Noir, what did you get, bud?
I got a 6.
A 6?
Yeah, 6.
Okay, and Stefan?
21.
Oh, you got 21? Okay. Okay.
I also have a 6.
Who has the higher dex mod between the two of you?
I got
Mine's a
plus
4.
3.
Okay, so
Mine's
it will
4,
be
so.
Chai and then Noir. So at the top of the round is the Dark Mistress herself. And she turns to you, Pope, and she says, "Congratulations, Senpai noticed you." And she's going to attack you.
Using my reaction?
Uh-huh.
This is my first chance ever playing Scout. Move 15 feet away as soon as she gets close.
Okay. So that's 15 feet, right?
Yep. So as soon as she ends within 5 feet of me, boop,
Uh-huh.
don't provoke attacks of opportunity.
All right. Okay.
Don't stand so close to me. Don't stand. Don't stand so. Don't stand so close to me.
I hate it. Thanks, Pope. And she is going to... Do you know what? This is going to be hilarious. She's just going to fuck her sword at you. She's just going to throw it at you. She pulls her sword from her belt. And with a... Let's have a look. A 16. Will that hit you?
That will hit.
Okay. That's going to be 7 points of piercing damage as she just throws her rapier at you, and it just thunk, and kind of
He's still alive.
How is he still alive? And she will turn her attention to Melvin
Oh,
as that was her first attack, and she'll say, "My darling, it is you who's on the menu tonight," and she's going to attack you.
So it's a date thing.
Does a 17 hit you?
Not when I can't shield.
So she reaches out for you with a clawed hand. Her nails are quite long and sharp, but you bring up your shield and they rebound off it, and she looks at you. Mixed messages. She rolls her eyes. Staffan, you're up.
Okay.
Very important, Dark Mistress.
Mm,
Is Stefan within 30 feet of me?
he is.
At this start of turn, you must roll versus a wisdom saving throw. I will let you know if you succeed or fail.
I don't think a 7 is going to do an awful lot.
No, my dearest. You become enraptured with my beautiful appearance, which is definitely not warty or questionable in any way. There's no hint of slime. It's pure and natural me. But you become allured, which is going to be the same mechanically as the frightened. In this case, you are basically so intimidated by my pure and raw beauty that you become frightened, allured of me.
That works.
You may repeat the saving throw at the end of your turn, with disadvantage if I am in your line of sight.
Jesus.
Perfect.
Okay. So, regardless, Stefan, it is still your turn.
Indeed. Well, it doesn't particularly change his action, other than it's a little bit more precipitous. The Elvis / Stradvan Sarovic disguise is dropped, and standing in the middle is this rather plump Aarakocra with a set of battle bagpipes in full band gear. And he turns and looks at Susie's Dark Mistress as he's backing away as rapidly as his wings will carry him, as he flutters up to about 10-15 foot high, and just sends out a sharp, offbeat, off-tune whistle, probably of some sacred march or other, since it's a Dark Mistress. And a wisdom saving throw, please.
A wisdom saving throw. Okay. Now, foolishly, D&D thinks that I'm a wise woman and has given me quite a good Y stat. But that is going to be a 14.
A 14 doesn't quite make it.
Ooh! Get me with that.
I can learn to spell.
Dissonant whispers.
So that's 8 points of psychic damage.
Okay. And you see her recoil for a moment because that's not a brass band. Sorry, that's just a me thing. It's Yorkshire. And she recoils in horror as she hears this bagpipes, which, fun fact, is one of my least favorite instruments in the whole world, so you couldn't have picked a better one. But as you back up behind you, Stefan, you hear the of a black cat. Okay, which will bring us, unless you want to do anything else with your turn.
Nope, that's... might as well. I'll bonus action Bardic Inspire Poke with that.
Okay. All right, so as you pass out your inspiration, we move to the second Dark Mistress, the wonderfully, slimily beautiful Miss Charlie Smith.
Oh, that is me. Kobold number 6, darling. And as we have a victim of my allure, I turn my attention on the handsome bird and I smile. I put a spell on you, and now you're mine. And the target must succeed in another wisdom save. If you have anything that affects saving throws against magic, that may help you in this case. But otherwise, you are in big trouble, boo.
We are literally being attacked by hotness.
You're muted, Stefan.
That's an unusually high 17.
Alright, so you feel the allure pulling on you, but you couldn't touch her. She's far too beautiful. She must stay there. And you feel a wave of woo wash over you. But nothing too terrible seems to happen this time, and her eyes narrow. This isn't how this is meant to work. She takes a breath, and she turns to face one of the others. And Shauna, you see this beautiful woman taking 3 steps towards you, and she stops. She glances over her shoulder at each of the others assembled, And she waits. And that'll be the end of my turn, Susie.
Okay. Meanwhile, Dark Mistress number 1 is getting very confused as this is Charlie's semi-Dornish voice. And is usually reserved for flirting with her characters. Okay, but nonetheless, moving on to Pope. You are inspired by Chirpy, do not forget, but what would you like to do?
Bonus action, second wind.
You also must
So-
make a saving throw, darling.
Okay. Well, first, let's get some wind. And then we'll get that save. So that's 9 hit points back. As he refuses to die. And speaking of refuse to die, I'm going to use that inspiration die on the saving throw.
Ooh,
Very
okay.
wise.
So I'm guessing it's a D6 or a D8?
No, we're doing
D8.
D10s.
D10? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool,
Oh, no,
cool,
that's
cool.
for the bot inspiration, but from Chirpy it would be a D8,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah,
D8?
sorry.
Cool.
All right, what we
I
got?
love this song. It is my favorite
9.
song.
Oh no.
9?
Oh,
9.
no.
Oh, dear.
I'm sorry, Susanna, but it appears there is a new number 1 Dark Mistress in town. And Chirpy falls under the allure of Dark Mistress number 2. Mechanically works the same as Frightened.
All good.
We will see. All right, Pope. Is there anything else you'd like? No, you did your
Well,
second
no,
wind.
that was a save. I still
Yeah.
have a move and a standard
right.
action. Can't remember if either of you were standing adjacent to someone.
I am next to Noir as I tried to claw his face off.
Yes.
And you keep ignoring me. Only
I mean, I
sending
literally
love
did
notes.
throw my sword at you, in fairness.
Love notes. Love notes.
A tickle. A look tap.
Yes. Now you have been disarmed by my charms. So, let me send you an arrow of love, my dear. At 25.
That'll do it. And while Pope is totting up how much damage he does to my beautiful face, I just want to thank you, Herm, for that donation for a advantage for one Noir and Inma.
Thank you. Okay, I'm still probably gonna die, but I appreciate you, Herb. I'll hold on here with 1 hit point.
You got 1?
Yeah, I'm at 1.
Oh, buddy.
I know, right? Oh, and I'm out of spells. That shield was the last one.
20 damage.
20 damage.
Okay, and I see another saving throw in the works. So,
Saving throw it. In the background, Barry Holders is shot through the
10.
heart, and Douglas is to blame.
And my
I don't
dearest
know.
Chirpy, you remain mine.
Okay, so Douglas is still considered enamored with the second Dark Mistress, Kobold number 6, which will
there
bring
can
us
be only
to
one.
the lovely, lovely Shauna.
All right. I'm going to try and approach the second Dark Mistress, the cold number 6. And I have to make a saving throw, right?
Yes.
All
you
right,
do.
I'm going to use my give an advantage for that, because I do no good if I'm afraid.
Is this like a charm effect?
Okay. Woo.
It's a fear effect.
It's a fair effect.
All right. As ooh,
I see
19.
you're strong.
Yes. Well, the Lady of Joy does not appreciate love being used in such treacherous ways. And then I'm gonna raise my longsword and just try and slash at the Dark Mistress.
I would never.
All right, let's +6. First attack. 12.
Misses.
Second attack.
I believe in you, Shaw.
Yeah, dirty 20.
That'll hit.
There we go.
So right before the longsword comes down, it's gonna glow with golden energy, and I am going to use a second level spell slot for
Oh.
Yep. For the attack, yeah.
For the smite.
What is that? Yeah,
For a
smite, divine smite. I forgot what it was called for a moment. All right.
Got your back.
Thank you. All right, so that is 1d8 plus 3. So 8, and then plus the d6. Double check. Sorry. Where is that? There it is. 3d8. 3d8. Okay, there we go. Plus 12 radiant damage.
Who told the band to stop playing? It's back. They were good.
The theme.
And then as she's like demanding the music start again, you thrust forward with your sword and you strike into her and she you wound me. And you withdraw it and there's slime all along the blade. It smells
To me.
like roses and violets. It's like old lady stink, but it's kind of vaguely nice at the same time.
Perhaps you should pay more attention to me and not to them, Dark Lady.
Against lover. I see your
Oh.
game.
And that is my turn.
Okay, Chai, what is your raven doing? Who is it attacking? Who's it giving advantage to? Aiding.
The raven is going to fly and just land on the top of Kobold number 6's head
Uh-huh.
and just sit there to aid me.
Okay, well, luckily enough, it is now your turn. Your raven is perched atop kobold number 6's head. You do need to make that saving throw, as you are within
And the
her...
raven would also probably need to make the saving throw.
That's true.
Okay. Okay, so...
It's wisdom
You
saving
said it's
throw.
wisdom?
Yes.
Okay, for the raven is 9.
Even the birds get Twitter pated around me.
It's a 9 for the bird.
Oh dear, the raven cannot approach.
And yeah, a 4 for me.
Oh darling, it's okay. I see the blush. It happens to everybody.
She's so pretty. Okay, so I know I'm frightened.
Effectively, you can't
I forgot
move
what that
towards me.
Okay. Is the other Dark Mistress in my?
Yep.
Since I can't
So
move towards
with combat, not too fussed about distances, unless it's of course like with Charlie's effect that you can't move towards her. In general, you can always kind of do what you're trying to do. You can always get there.
you. Okay. Okay. So since I can't get closer to Kobold number 6, I'm gonna go with the other Dark Mistress
Mhm.
and try and attack her instead.
Okay.
24.
24 will hit.
Okay. 7 piercing damage. And then I have a second attack.
Mm-hmm.
Even higher.
Yep.
And another 7.
And another 7. Okay. So in a move that is only described as completely stolen from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, as Chai advances on the Dark Mistress, she says, "Oh, you're approaching me." And somewhere in the back of your head, you want to say, "Well, I can't kick the shit out of you if I don't get any closer." But you step up to her, you stab her twice with your weapon, which will bring us to Melvin. Noir Bud, hey!
Oh, fuck, there's 2 of them now. So, gotta make my save. That's a fail. 7. So I am. There's 2 of them, and that one's really pretty. I shouldn't talk to her. She's way out of my league. So I can't approach her. Can I target her with stuff, though?
Yes, you can target her. You just can't move closer to her.
Okay. All right. And I am right in front of you. So if I move, I'm gonna get punched to death. So, he's going to Hexblade curse you.
Okay, all right.
All right. So that just gives him a +3 bonus to damage, and he will crit on you on 19s. And if he kills you, which is not gonna happen, he gets help HP back. And then Eldritch Blast. Eldritch Blast. Oh, and I have advantage, so I'm gonna use the advantage that I got from hers.
Do it. Good one.
Double ones. Double ones.
That is outstanding. In fact, anything else you would have done?
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot my second blast without advantage on the second one. Oh, fuck me. I'm sorry, that was rolling off. Okay. That's now we're cooking with something. 17 plus 7 math, 18. 19.
Yeah, that's enough. You do it.
All right, so 24 to hit. That's gonna be 1d10 plus 4, 8 plus the curse damage, 9, 10, 11. 11, and you get knocked back 10 feet away from him.
Okay. So she's knocked back.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then he's gonna go and run his full 30 feet away from you. Like not towards number 2 either. He's just trying to run as far as he can.
Okay. So she's going to unluckily for you, Noir, she has no speed death.
Yes. Oh, fuck!
She appears behind you as you run. She taps you on the shoulder and says, "My darling, we were just getting somewhere." And she is going to reach up and put a hand around your throat and squeeze. And I'm going to use one of my advantages. That's not right. Hang on, I didn't mean to do that. 21.
Oh, you just missed. No, of course you.
You're at 1 HP, right?
Yes, I am.
I don't even need to roll damage. She grabs you by the throat and she squeezes, and you feel that life force leave you. I'd like you to roll me a single d20, please.
Okay. Okay. What the fuck? 18.
Okay, so she squeezes and drops you to the ground, and there's a moment where you're like, "Oh fuck, this is it," and then you.
Oh, that was my death save. Oh,
that was your death save. You have 1 HP still, but you are at the heels of the Dark Mistress.
He's just gonna go do it again.
And she says, "My darling, people pay good money for that." And that is going to be her turn. Stefan, you are up.
Okay. So there is this loud hiss of some sort of feline nature just behind me.
Yep.
Well, the only way to deal with that is to just turn around and in a sharp voice go, "You call that claws?" And it can make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Let me just roll a wisdom saving throw for my actual real life cat.
And Staffin, you need to roll a wisdom saving throw as well. Mecca donates £10. I'm not sure what that does. I think that's a bad thing. I think that's bleeding love to Noir. Wow, keep bleeding. Keep bleeding.
The chaos crew, what can we say?
I'm at 1 hit point. Oh.
Okay, so the cat got a. Hang on, what's his stat? I think it's at a 12.
Okay, so that's not quite enough. So it'll take. Uh, 3 points of psychic damage, and will be at disadvantage on its next attack against me.
Gotcha.
And 15 on the roll for you, Charlie.
Oh, you stopped paying attention to me. I hate that.
Oh.
You're no longer alerted.
And this time around, Ellie will get the inspiration.
Okay, so that is the end of Staffan's turn, which will bring us to the cat. Lord Cisco von Kittington of Cattsville is going to claw at Chirpy. And he has disadvantage, right?
Yeah.
Ugh. Oh no, dang it. Why do I keep doing that? Keep grabbing numbers instead. That's like a 10.
Yeah, Chirpy will flutter away from him since he's allowed to get slightly closer to Kobold number 6.
He bleps at you because he's an idiot and swipes in the air and misses. Then goes to lick his arm as if he never even intended to hit you anyway. He was just always going to lick his arm. What are you talking about? And this will bring us to Dark Mistress number 2. Miss Kobold number 6.
So she smiles. I'm sorry, Sean, I don't have your character's name in front of me. She smiles at Lyra, and she kind of air boops you on the nose and says, "I will save you for last." And she turns her eyes to the henchman, who she'd considered very briefly, but yeah, he is very. And Pope, you will need to make another wisdom saving throw, please.
I believe you, buddy. You got this.
No, I don't got this. That's a 4.
Oh.
Goodbye, Douglas Doyle. You feel drawn in to Kobold number 6. Her beauty is so pure and so loving that she rips the soul from your body, and you drop to 0 HP as she glares at you, death in her eyes.
All right. Soul ripping usually isn't death saving throw. It's just done.
You can make a death saving throw. You drop down to 0. Someone
Okay.
could persuade your soul back into the body if they're quick enough, maybe with some healing, but
We'll see.
Thank you for that raid, Tall Squall. Welcome in, raiders.
No.
Oh boy.
That was a 12. And so our hireling has come to an end. And he just, in that moment, as he's been looking at the first Dark Mistress so much, just catches that brief glimpse of Kobold number 6 out of the corner of his eye. And the manual didn't have anything for this one. And he just collapses over. And then a bunch of Roombas come out and just slide under his body and then carry it offset.
They play a really sad little funeral march as they do. And so passes Douglas the Hireling. Pope, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Where can we find you on the internet?
You can find me over at Pope World Build on the Twitter, Pope World Build on the Twitch. I lurk in all your streams. Not to plug something of myself, but for something else noble. This isn't the only charity stream this weekend, folks. There's another real important one that I want you to check out if you can. Over on Wandering DM on Twitch at 10 a.m. tomorrow, they are doing a playthrough of The Witcher, The Hunt for Dandelion, to benefit Special Effect, a charity that helps those who have become disabled or are quite ill to be able to play video games as a form of therapy and distraction. They've got a wonderful list of guests. They're doing a ton of giveaways, and it's for a noble cause. So if you're here today, I'd love to see you there and chat tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Love you all. See you soon. And everybody else, try not to die.
I would have feel that immediately.
All right, and so goes Pope, which means he is out of our initiative order, so let me just amend that. Okay, so next up in the turn order is Shauna.
All right, so Lara's gonna kind of turn around, get in front of Kobold, small Kobold, and then just say, "Our dance isn't over yet." And then I will use my Radiant Soul, so behind her, just these metallic red wings come from behind her. She glows with orange energy. Still have to get past me. And that will be, I'll put Shield of Faith myself, and that'll be my turn.
All right. Okay, the Raven, which is feared of Dark Mistress number 2. But what would you like it to do, Chai? Oh, you're muted.
It's probably not going to do anything because it's just scared. So it's going to try and like fly up and away.
Okay, it's just flapping,
I'm outta
it's having
here.
a panic flap. All right.
Yeah, panic.
Okay. It is now your turn, Chai. What would you like to do?
I am going to take some attacks at Dark Mistress number 1
Mm-hmm.
and see if we can get this down to a manageable number of mistresses. And that's a natural 20.
That's the title of my autobiography. But roll that damage for me, please, Chai. Don't tell my husband.
Okay. Oh god, that was so bad. 7, because I rolled a 1 and a 2.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah. And then I'm going to attack again.
Mm-hmm.
And that's in 25.
Yep, I'll do it.
9 damage.
Okay.
And then think I'm actually going to action surge and do it again.
Okie dokie.
Another nat 20.
Damn, okay. Roll that damage.
Oh shit. I dropped the damage. That's slightly better. 11 damage.
11 damage. Okay, dokie.
And then for my final one, 18 to hit.
18 will just do it.
Okay, and that's 10 damage.
And that one is 10. Okay, and as you let loose these strikes, I just want to remind you folks that we are indeed raising money for Black Girls Code, which is a fantastic charity that helps get young women of color into STEM, coding, and all that good scientific areas where they are not very well represented and should be. So help us raise more funds. We've already smashed our target, but I think we can get higher. Okay, so after those strikes, Chai, it is Noir's turn. You are on the ground.
Yes. I get up, that's an attack of opportunity, isn't it?
No, if you stand up, you're fine. If you move,
Oh.
is a bad time.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna get up and kind of look at her and go, that was, well, that was something I didn't know that, whew. And then he's gonna shoot some more electric blast at him. Hey! So 12 plus 7 and 19 plus 7. Oh, 19! He crits on 19!
He does!
Yes! Alright. So, alright. So let's do the crit first. That is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16. Sorry. 17, 18, 19. So 19 damage on the crit blast.
Okay, 19?
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the charisma damage. Charisma added plus the curse added. And then the second one is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 16 on the second one. And
Nice.
she gets knocked back a total of 20 feet this time. And then he runs. Just full 30 again. Leave me alone!
Okay.
But
And
also
thank
come
you.
here.
Thank you, Lydia, for that donation for Fever for Cleric of Cord. While we're at the top of the round, Kat, could you just roll me initiative, please?
And the show will be running to 11:30 UK at the very latest, 6:30 Eastern. So these are our final dramatic moments. We may be able to squeeze in one more player. We don't know. But either way, we've raised over our goal today for Black Girls Code. And I hope we can raise a tiny bit more. Thank you all for being here. And let's get back to the fight.
Okay.
Take care of the sisters.
Back at the top of the round, the Dark Mistress, she looks at you, Melvin, and she says, "Darling, must we dance this dance? Submit already." And she's gonna Misty step behind you again. And she's gonna grab you again.
Ooh.
And that is going to be that didn't show on screen, but that is a 22 to hit.
That hits.
So you are down again.
Oh, okay, here we go.
And thank you so much for that raid, Voice Snacks. Welcome. We are raising funds for Black Girl Code, which is an awesome charity to help young girls of color get into STEM. Noah, what'd you get, bud?
I'm so sorry. I got a 16. I'm not kidding.
Just die.
I'm trying. Also,
She grabs you.
You
Go
do
ahead.
double damage on me because I have
That's right. Okay, so
bleeding love on.
that's true. So
I don't know if that affects it at all.
do you know what?
I'll
Susie,
roll-
you should 2 advantages and go crit fishing.
What is your hit point total?
My hit point total is 1, but my max
No,
is
I mean-
38.
38. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is she's got you, she's squeezed, and now she's gonna bite because she's a vampire. She can do that.
Yeah.
If this damage I roll is as much as your hit point maximum, you
No
dead.
save. I'm cool with that.
You just,
I've
you
had-
just gone.
I've had my glory dying thing for like 30 minutes now.
So I'm gonna roll as per what I've been given by D&D. So the bite is 1d4 plus 2 piercing.
Yep.
So that's 3 piercing plus 5d20 poison damage.
Okay. Oh my fucking god. D&D, what the fuck, bro?
Which is a 59.
And
So
I'ma do it.
she takes you, Melvin.
Ooh.
She's crushed your throat. She lifts you up by the collar. She leans in and she bites deep on your neck and just starts draining your life force. And as she takes her fill, she drops you to the ground, wipes her mouth with a satisfied smile, and your dying words
are, I'm into it. Step on me, Zaddy. And then in the silence, you all hear the glorious, clear voice of Adele singing hello. And she comes down floating like an angel. And she extends a hand, and the soul of Melvin is taken up into the heavens, going, "So are we going steady?"
And as Melvin's voice, ghostly voice, asks, "Are we going steady?" the Dark Mistress looks up at you and goes, "I'll think about it," as she lifts up a foot and crushes your skull with her high heels. Okay, so that is the Dark Mistress. Noir, thank you so much for joining us today. You survived so long against all odds. Melvin made it. Where can we find you on the internet?
You can find me on all the socials. Your SoundCloud, Facebooks, Twitters, Instagrams under Noir Enigma. And you can catch me on Wednesdays over at Joshua Barbell's Twitch channel, playing with the Company of the Grey Wolves. That's me. It's been amazing. Thank you guys for having me. I love you. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us, Noir. Okay, and as Melvin's skull smashes into a million pieces like a watermelon hit with a hammer, we pan across to Staffan.
And first thing up there is the Kobold number 6 save, which is an 18.
Okay.
Followed by bonus action, drop a bardic inspiration to Dina. And then he'll turn and just do a full volume speakers each side blast of just pure bagpipe at the Susie Darkness. So a wisdom saving throw, please.
Wisdom save from the Dark Mistress. Here we go. Oof, that is an 8.
So that is 20 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
And as a reaction, you must move away from where I am as much as you can.
Okay, so she backs up and she's like, "Fucking bagpipes," as she does. Okay, is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
No, that leaves me all done out, as it were.
Okie dokie. And so because we are like coming up to the end, I just like everybody to be like, know what you're doing on your turn so we can get it resolved real snappy, because we have had a few folks that haven't had a chance to roll yet. So Pat, hello, hi, welcome. What does your hero enter? What did they look like as they appear in this battlefield?
So you see in this long like cloth duster with like the fuzzy stuff on the collar and absolutely no shirt underneath. Just this Earth Genasi man, just skin like marble with like blue icy veins going through it, with just leather pants and like a giant maul. He's just like, I heard there's a dark mistress here. I'm used to the cold, but I think you and I could find a way to get warm.
Oh my. Okay, could you roll me initiative, please, as we move on to Shauna. No, Dark Mistress number 2.
It's me. Chai, you need to roll a wisdom saving throw. In fact, you're going to need to roll 2 because you didn't try and save out of it at the end of your last go, so we're going to resolve that now.
Okay. That's a natural 1.
Okay, and now roll again.
That's a 6.
Okay. And you hear it in your ears, the swell of music rising up is overwhelming, and you see it. Her eyes meet your eyes. It's a beautiful, loving moment. They called it puppy love between you and Kobold number 6. And your soul begins to drift out of your body and towards the Dark Mistress number 2. And you will drop to 0 HP.
But you do get to make that death save, so roll 1d20.
I am going to burn one of my advantages.
Smart. Good plan.
Okay, 17.
Oh. So you are back at 1 HP. You're feeling it.
I am feeling it hard. Okay.
That's what she said. Okay. Sorry, that was very childish.
It was the best.
Is there anything else that you would wish to do, Dark Mistress number 2?
Dark Mistress number 2 turns back to Lyra and says, I can never forget you. Don't worry. And she'll reach out to take Lyra's hand.
Oh, bye.
In
Okay.
an upwards palm open gesture.
Well, now is your chance to respond, Lyra, as it is now your turn.
Yeah, so Lyra, the winged paladin, will take the hand, do some dance-like twirls, and then just with the glowing sword, take another slash.
Okay.
You cut me deep!
And another one. Sorry, I'm glad I have 2 of these. 30-20.
That one will hit.
With an infusion of the rose petals into this, I'm going to add Divine Smite to this. So it's going to be the 1d8 plus 3 again. 8, and then plus 3d8s. Plus 16 extra radiant damage.
Okay, and she staggers as your blade strikes her, and that hand grips yours tight and says, But why, my love? I never would have hurt you. Please, have mercy. She's not dead yet, but you've struck her true and deep in her heart, which is only full of love. I just wanted to play this wicked game with you.
Well, then we can continue to dance. I'll grab the other hand, we'll dance.
Okay.
That'll be my turn.
All right. So, Chai, what is your raven doing?
More probably panic fluttering because it's yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It's scared and
so your raven actually goes just before you in a turn, so you do your bit too.
Okay, I am going to bonus action second wind.
Mm-hmm.
So I get 12 more hit points. So that helps. And then I am going to swipe at Dark Mistress number 1 some more.
Okay. Thank you very much for that cheer, Noir. It was a pleasure to have murdered you.
That is 18.
18 will hit.
7 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And again, 21.
Yep, that'll hit.
Or 10 damage.
10 damage. Okay, you can see now that the Dark Mistress's extremely attractive veneer has somewhat faltered as her hair has kind of fallen out of place. The finely tailored jacket is looking a little bit disheveled. There is blood on the cravat. We're at blood and cravat levels of danger here. Like this is perilous. Her eyeliner is smudged. Like, folks, this is fucking real. She looks pissed. But nonetheless, your strikes are true, Chai. Is there anything else you would like to do?
Nope, that is all I can do.
Okie dokie, which will bring us to Cleric.
Hi.
Dina.
Dina is a tiefling. She is wearing a red leather corset dress, all of about maybe 18 inches, which is just enough to keep her from getting arrested for public nudity. And it's obviously magic because it's not gravity that's holding this thing on. She has thigh-high black leather boots, dark auburn hair, shiny black horns. There are piercings everywhere, jewelry everywhere. And she just looks over to Dark Mistresses and makes her way over to Dark Mistress number 1 and says, "Darling, really, I can't believe they are treating you this way. Here, let me kiss this and make it all better, and I'll make the rest of this just go away." And she slips her arm through the Dark Mistress number 1's, looks at the rest of the group and says, "Oh, goodness gracious, great balls of fire," and casts Fireball on everybody else.
Okay. All right. So
DC
that is
dex save.
That is the dex save. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Charlie.
Cleric, as your eyes hit Dark Mistress number 2, you need to make a save versus her frightening allure.
Okay.
Which is
This
a wisdom save.
correct?
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
I can't
everybody
believe
else?
you just fireballed me.
Can I use my reaction to absorb elements on this fireball?
Sure.
I'll still probably die, but why not?
That is a 16 on the wisdom save, Charlie.
You succeed.
Okay, so Pat, what did you get for your saving throw? Oh,
I got a 12.
A 12?
I got a 12.
Okay, so you fail, Chai?
14.
Fail. Charlie?
18.
Succeed. Stafford? You're muted.
30-20.
So you succeed. Shauna?
Fail. I got
Fail.
7.
Okay.
That's
So go ahead.
32 points of fire damage if you fail, 16 if you succeed.
Oh, so close.
I know. Oh.
And then she just looks over at Mistress number 1 and kisses her on the stands up on tiptoes and kisses her on the cheek.
Oh, she's smiling. With glee.
Eek falls to the ground.
Okay. Death saving throw, please. 1d20.
I think I have one advantage left. Cause
You sure do.
Natural 20. Otherwise, it would have been 3.
Okay, so you are still hanging in there.
Oh man. Okay.
All right. So, indeed, Dina does play to win when love is on the line. Everyone's a little bit crispy. Is there anything else you would like to do on your turn, Cleric?
No, she's just going to kind of huddle in with the curl up into the Dark Mistress's side and give her a smile.
Okay. So, this will bring us to Pat.
So it's taking that fireball. It's you just see I get cold and just eyes narrow, and I start breathing slowly as I start to rage, and you see just mist coming out of my mouth. And as I rage, I can get 3 temporary hit points as well as anybody that I want within 30 feet. Go ahead and I'll give that to the Dark Mistress because I didn't come on this show to make friends.
My, oh my. Okay.
Sure, both of them, Charlie. Sure, they can both have. And I'll step towards Dina and just say, "Is she bothering you?" To the Dark Mistress. Allow me to give her the cold shoulder. As I make 2 reckless attacks with my maul at Dina.
Okay.
Shield.
Oh, I've never had people fight for me before. This is, I could get used to this.
Okay.
Chat is losing their minds. I'm into it.
The first one is a 21.
That will hit with shield.
Second is only an 18.
That will miss.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So as these strikes sort of come down at Dina, the Dark Mistress leans towards you with her free arm. She puts her hand under your chin and says, "My pet, there's plenty of room for both of you," and offers her other arm to you. And because we are nearly out of time, we're going to have one final round, and then this is the end. So it is her turn. And she is going to... she's going to briefly slip her arm out of Dina's and reach onto her belt where she has quite a fine knife, and she sees Chai and she's just going to throw a knife at her, and I'm going to use one of my advantages to finish her off. Maybe. That would be a 15 to hit.
Does not hit.
Okay, the knife passes by, and she shrugs and smiles. And then she's gonna end her turn with her arms in both of these beautiful people and just smile there like the walk because she's got 2 hotties on her arms. Staffan, you're up.
Very simply, everybody gets to make a con saving throw.
Okay. Oh.
Target number 15.
I succeeded.
Cool.
I did too.
And I would like to use my bardic inspiration on this as well.
Mm-hmm.
Fair. 18 points or 9 points of bludgeoning as a 5th level thunder wave just blows Chirpy's bagpipes practically apart.
Okay, from the edge of this arena, you hear meow as Lord Cisco von Kittington is blasted from the arena. He is technically dead, but as he's my actual cat, he's just going to pop up a little thumb and say that he's okay at the edge of the thing, because I would be very sad if 2 of my pets died this week, Charlie Smith. Okay, everybody else. Love you. What's everybody else looking like?
What was the damage total?
18 or 9.
Okay.
And was that, did you say bludgeoning or thunder?
Sorry, that is thunder.
No, Dina failed.
Lyra failed.
I passed, but 9 still puts me down because I had 1. So here, I roll another save.
Same. I have to make another save. I have to make a save because Lyra is negative.
I am out. That's a 9.
Oh. Shauna, how you doing?
Oh! So close! Oh, no!
Okay. So, as Chirpy's bagpipes explode, there is a bright light, and as we all know, as the Dark Mistress, my one weakness is bright lights. I look away briefly, and you see the wreckage. You see Chai on the ground. You see Shauna on the ground. You see Lord Cisco's thumb sticking up from the edge somewhere. What are your final words, Chai?
As this energy just blasts out, Chai falls to the ground and just clutches her chest. Shot to the heart. You give love a bad name. And she's done.
Thank you so much for joining us, Chai. It has been an absolute pleasure. Where can we find you on the internet?
I am at Girly Chai on Twitter and Indiragosa here on Twitch, though I don't do much here yet. You can actually find me tonight guesting on Roll the Rolls Twitch, playing Age of Ashes Pathfinder 2 tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So come check us out, and good luck, everyone.
Thank you so much. And Shauna, the lovely Lyra, defeated.
So before the explosion happens, she'll give the other Dark Mistress a kiss and just say, maybe the next life, and she will dissolve in like rose petals.
Oh, beautiful. Mwah. Love it. Aesthetic as shit. Where can we find you on the internet, Shauna?
You can find me at Flying Cirrus on Twitter, where I have art and the games I play. You'll find me back here on Monday, kind of play, for the Crown Lens, where we'll see what the hell happened after last episode. Oh god. Excited for that.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Shauna. Lyra was perfect. I loved her. Okay, so after Lyra's body drops, it is now the Dark Mistress 2 Electric Boogaloo's turn. Kobold number 6, how do you react to this terrible tragedy?
There's a gasp and the wind that remains from that black bagpipe blow whooshes through her hair, and the alluring form shrinks and shrinks and shrinks until it becomes a little kobold. And the kobold scrambles after all of the rose petals and says, "Oh no, it's okay. I know someone who can fix you. I will take you to them. Let's go." And she's like gathering up all these rose petals and tucking them into her little robe. And she says, "Let's go to the Chaos Chorus. Come away with me, my love." And she swooshes away on just a snow gust. This little kobold scrambling away with armfuls of rose petals, and faintly a siren song of Nora Jones, "Come away with me in the night. Come away with me and I'll write you a song." And kobold number 6 vanishes from view. Thank you very much. This has been a lot of fun. Let's see who survives to the end, shall we?
All right. So next up is Cleric. Dina.
Dina looks at the Birdman, and then she looks at the Earth Genasi, and she leans across the Dark Mistress and whispers in the Genasi's ear, "Love hurts. Hit me again, baby. One more time." And then looks at the bird and casts Fireball again.
Okay.
So it's a DC 15 Dex save.
Fair.
Oof.
It's a 9 in total with a +6, so.
And that's 23 points of fire damage.
Oh, okay. So the wave of fire blows away, and Chip is standing there, pretty much just smoldering, as he turns over his shoulder and, with his usual disdain, just goes, "You call that a scythe?"
And like a little roast chicken, Chirpy falls to the ground. Thank you so much, Stefan, for joining us. It is always a pleasure to get to play with Chirpy. He is a delight. But where can we find you on the internet?
I go these days by the RQ Stefan Twitter handle, but I'm still Stefan TJ practically everywhere else, including up here on Twitch. I tend to hang out in various chats here, Grimjack 21502, all sorts of other places. So if you look over your shoulder, I might be there.
It's not at all threatening. Thank you so much again, Stefan. And I want to give a big shout out to Roller300 for donating a inspiration for Cleric Dina. Okay, this will bring us to our final turn in the round. Pat, your handsome, buff, shirtless Genasi. What would he like to do?
Can I make an insight check as to whether Dina is actually happy to share?
Sure. Let's go. Let's do it.
I mean, you can roll if you want.
I'm not a wise boy. Oh, shit.
Apparently he is.
Oh, Dina is absolutely happy to share. She has no problems with that whatsoever.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I shoulder my maul and I'm just like, so chicken for dinner?
So, as the curtain drops on the set, a spotlight appears behind you, which illuminates the three of you, the Dark Mistress in the middle, Dina on one side, and Pat, your character on the other. I keep forgetting his name. Andis on the other. And the camera captures the both of you going in to kiss the Dark Mistress's cheeks as it cuts to the end credits, and we hear the horrible 90s TV theme song play yet again. And Barry Holder goes, "Wow, it looks like we had two winners tonight, but the real winner is the Dark Mistress, who's got herself an amazing meal." I mean, did I say meal? I mean pair of lovers. Okay, folks, catch us next time for Deadly Date. And the studio audience cheers and they clap and they roar, and the TV ratings have never been higher. This is a deadly date that is going to go down in history, and so ends our game for tonight. I just want to shout out everybody who played with us tonight. You were all fantastic. Thank you all so much. We couldn't have done this without you. But to our amazing Chaos Chorus who have donated, let me triple check, £333 tonight. We absolutely smashed our target, and all of that will be going to Black Girls Code, which is again a fantastic charity helping women of color get into STEM, get into the sciences, get into those areas where they may not be very well represented, and we want to get them there because they deserve to be there. We need to change the world. So we will be giving all that money to them. So thank you all so much for your generosity tonight. And anybody who tweeted, retweeted, shared, hosted, liked, chatted, you're all fantastic. And yeah, this is my first charity Meatgrinder that I have run. I am very happy to have done so for all of you. It was a total blast. I didn't manage to get through all my rooms tonight because I wasn't expecting not one but 2 Dark Mistresses. But as for me, I am Susie, otherwise known as Susanna Grace, a variety streamer who does video games, art streams, tabletop RPGs, all that good stuff. I'm like part of the furniture here at Encounter Roleplay, so you'll just see me all the time. Next here on Monday for the Crownlands at 7 p.m. GMT, which is 2 p.m. Eastern. So make sure to tune in for that. But yeah, thank you all once again, and we will see you next time. Take care, folks.